Here we go. Kickoff just moments away here at Hook Hill Stadium First National Field between the Durant Lions and your McAlester Buffaloes. These two teams have met 79 times before on a gridiron, but this is one of the most important matchups between the two teams in their long series since 1915. We're about to have the alma mater played over here at Hook Hill Stadium First National Field. We'll have our national anthem after that, and then the coin toss will go down to Nate Brown in a little while as well to look up what it looks like for both crowds, the weather, all that stuff. But right now, let's send it down to the field of Hook Hill Stadium for our alma mater prayer first, I believe.
Senior Pastor Matt Judkins from Renewal Church, followed by the McAlester alma mater, the national anthem, and our school fight song played by your Pride of McAlester marching band.
Let us pray. Father God, we are so thankful for this beautiful evening that you've given us to come here together. We thank you for the two communities that are represented here in this game tonight. We pray, Lord, that you would bless them with your favor, your love, and your grace. And Lord, we pray this evening that we would have a wonderful football game and a great time in which these athletes are celebrated and appreciated. We pray, Lord, that you bless them with safety and courage, and that they would just have a wonderful evening of sportsmanship and competition. We thank you, Lord, for all those who are here to support them. We bless them with safety as they travel to and from the event. And we thank you, Lord, for the officials and the coaches, and we ask that you give them wisdom and insight into this. And we pray, Lord, for your blessing across this community. And we pray, Lord, that you would help us to honor and praise you. And we give you thanks for all these things. In the name of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Fellas, I might be a little bit biased, but that's the best in the business. Pride of McAlester here on this Thursday night in MacTown. Brandon Green along with Phillip Jewell Jr., Nate Brown sideline. Welcome to this Week 8 edition of McAlester Football against the Durant Lions. Let's send things down to the sideline. Let's talk to Nate right quick if he can hear us. Nate, how does the crowd look so far? A lot of people still trying to fill in. I know that they brought some buses for the Savannah, for the Durant crowd as well along the far side. Tell us a little bit about the weather and also the atmosphere that we have over here at McAlester.
Well, you kind of talked about it in the pregame show. Weather not going to be nearly as much of a factor here tonight. Going to be probably a little bit colder than it was last week, but not nearly as much wind. The American flag not even moving out there in the, the south end zone?
Yeah, south end zone.
But yeah, no wind. It's a perfect night. People are still filing in. And I will say, Durant has traveled very well. Looks like they've got about half of the stands reserved for the Pride of Durant. But they did travel really well here.
We're about to have our coin toss here in just a moment. Again, wind and weather not a factor tonight like it was a week ago. Thank goodness we can just play football and let everything go the way it's going. This is really cool. It's also youth football night here in McAlester, and here comes the youth McAlester football players through the tunnel. That is so cool. Through the same tunnel that the varsity players will be coming out of in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's every single one of them little kids' dream. They show up every football game.
We got little Prime Sanders, the cowboy hat. I'm digging it.
These young kids, they show up every Friday night and every Thursday night in their jerseys, and they dream of being these Buffaloes one day. To be able to run out of that tunnel in front of this crowd, that's a memory right there that'll last a lifetime for those young men.
Youth League football night here in McAlester. And like I said, the varsity players from McAlester role models, just larger than life to them. And for them to be able to do that, like I said, they'll remember that probably the rest of their lives, but definitely until they actually get to run out of the tunnels as members of the McAlester varsity football team. Speaking of the varsity football team, I'll let you go first, though.
One of their coaches went and got the team, and they're making them go back because they're going to be a part of the Spirit Line tonight.
Oh, that's cool.
As the varsity guys get to run out, and they get to watch them firsthand.
All right, so let's look at our senior captains for the McAlester Buffaloes tonight. You're starting off with number 2, Caden Lesnow, number 11, Eli Pemberton, number 52, Jaden Shumway, and number 1, Malachi Rice. As you look on the other side, you got Jalen Saxon for the Durant Lions. You also have number 52, which is Joshua Hitchcock, number 73, Tucker Dry, number 10, which is Braylon Leday, number 20 is Bo St. Clair, and we got a couple of guys behind him, number 60, which is Carson Alavan, and I think we covered them all, didn't we?
Yep, that was it.
All right, so we're about to have our First Family Federal Credit Union coin toss. Let's see together. Nate, I'll let you kind of look what's going on down there and report to us who won the coin toss and who's going to be starting off this game with the ball. McAlester, for 7 straight weeks, have started out football games with the ball. They have not started off a game on defense yet this year. Does that change here in Week 8 as the coin is in the air? Nate, I'll let you take it from here.
It looks like Durant may have won the toss, and we're just waiting for what the call will be. Durant defers to the second half, so McAlester will start out with the football.
For the 8th straight time this year, McAlester starting off the game with the football. Thank you, Nate. That's your coin toss, brought to you by First Family Federal Credit Union. Let's succeed together. Phillip, final thoughts before we get this one started.
This is a big one, guys, ladies and gentlemen. If you can hear our voice, there is still time for you to get here and get out here and support these young men and what they do, along with the young men and women of the Pride of McAlester and these young women on the cheer and palm squad. Just get out here and support them. This is a big one right here. This is a must-win if you want to be playing in that first week in November.
For both teams, McAlester wearing their white helmets, black jerseys, black pants, gold numerals on the front and back. For the Durant Lions, red helmets, white jerseys, blue pants with the, I believe that was red numerals on the front and back, Nate?
No, it is
blue
numerals.
Blue. Is that what they're in the south end zone?
Yes, it is red helmets, white jerseys with blue numerals, and blue pants.
And we have the Buffalo roll call. Let us know where you're listening or watching from tonight. On Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Again, that's on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Here come your McAlester Buffaloes from the north end zone. And here come the Durant Lions out of the south end zone through a sign that says "White out the Buffs." They'll set along the far sideline, McAlester on the near. Already have, as usual every week, Charlie Gillespie checking in from the top row of the hook. Once again, Buffalo roll call. Let us know where you're watching or listening from on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Again, that's Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. About 30 seconds away from kickoff here. We're about to have your kickoff, brought to you by Jet Tire Service. For great deals on Michelin, Uniroyal, Kenda, and Cooper tires for your car, truck, or SUV, see Jet Tire Service in McAlester, serving Southeast Oklahoma since 1962. Don't fret, jettire.net. Looking at some returners that you might have from McAlester, Kason Washington Maisie is averaging about 16.5 yards a return. Also looking at Braden Bumpus, about 7 yards a return. Eli Chapman, 17 yards a return, as both special teams units are standing on the 40-yard line of their respective side, getting ready to break loose. McAlester will be moving it left to right across your radio dial if you're listening that way, or across your screen. The Durant Lions are going to be moving it right to left. So the Buffaloes get up off their knee and make it towards the far side. Caden Lesnow, one of the returners here. One of the first times we're seeing him return. Braden Bumpus, Eli Chapman. We also have Watkins back there. And it looks like, is that Jordan Clark? Near side? Looks like Jordan Clark.
I can't tell if it's 20 or 20. Okay.
It's actually number 20 then. So that would be
Barr.
James Barr over there.
Yeah.
Kicking it off for the Durant Lions will be number 10, Braylon Leday. So around the city of McAlester, around the state of Oklahoma, and Buffalo fans across the nation far and wide, thank you for joining us for Week 8 Thursday Night Lights, a big one, McAlester and Durant. As Leday has the ball placed at the 40-yard line near hash. We already have one Buffalo making his way off the field. Yeah, too many guys on the field. Well, no, they're switching somebody out now. So now Colton Elam comes over on the far side. Will Spears setting up over here on the near. They're lining more people up along the 50-yard line in case Durant wants an early onside kick attempt.
No, Will Spears didn't have his mouthpiece, and that is number 24, Jaden Chaney, had it, so he had to go get his mouthpiece from Jaden Chaney.
Well, here we go. Leday will start his pace back. Almost like he's setting up for an onside kick to start this one. Makes his approach. It's a pooch kick, and we're underway here in MacTown. This will be taken far sideline or along the 30-yard line, down the far hash. It's Caden Lesnow being pushed backwards, trying to go near side. If he can beat a Durant line, maybe he has some space. Lesnow still running, and he's finally tracked down as he ran a long ways down the 25-yard line, tackled down about 10 feet from the near sideline, and that's where McAlester will begin this drive at their own 25. So after doing all that running, Caden Lesnow will lead his team out onto the field. 56% completion percentage this year, 754 yards passing, 8 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. He has ran the ball 253 yards, 4 touchdowns on 72 carries. He should be joined right next to him is Ethan Watkins, who had a career week last week, 199 yards on just 13 carries and 3 touchdowns. He'll be on the right side of Lesnow. 2 receivers left. Zach Rogers starting off as a tight end on the right side. Also, a long receiver near side's Carter Lance. He put in motion, a little pitch out over to Lance trying to get the corner. Lance has a little bit of space and a lead blocker past the 30-yard line, breaking through for a first down to the 36 as he's pushed out of bounds. A quick 11 yards for the Buffaloes, and that first down brought to you by Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties. When you're looking to sell your ranch, timber, recreational land, or a rural home, call 918-284-1233. That's the first carry of the year for Carter Lance.
Right there, they lined Zach Rogers up at that tight end on the outside. They wanted to steal that, but they moved the motion. They got him away, going away from him. Carter Lance, good pickup of 11 yards.
Trips right now for the Buffaloes, 1st and 10 from their own 36. Good way to start off this game, a pickup of 11 by Carter Lance. He's in the slot right now next to Braden Bumpus, and it looks like Lauerman over here on the far near side. Chapman alone on the far. It'll be Watkins standing on the right side of Lesnow. Here's the snap. Handoff Watkins. No, it's a quick pass over the middle. Carter Lance again. First down again. Pickup of 12 on the RPO action across the middle to Lance. Senior to senior action there.
Sticks again. Buffalo first down.
Ball right between the hash marks. 2 first downs on 2 plays by the Buffaloes.
Yeah, they just got some leak motion. Pull it, throw it to the senior Lance over the middle. Good play right there by Les now.
Now 2 to each side, talking about receivers. Going with the hard count. Durant nearly jumped offside, but they stayed on their side of the ball. Durant showing a little bit of blitz, especially up the middle with Axel Thurman and Jaden Rangel. 2 sophomore stellar inside linebackers. After the snap, pass it near side, and slipping and falling as it looked like it was intended for Carter Lance again. And if he doesn't slip and fall, I think he has another catch for about 7 yards there, but instead it'll be 2nd down and 10. Now, this is what we were talking about, Phillip. When you can't get 4 yards on that first down play, your chances of converting and getting to the next set of downs is dropped down to 48%. You want to see what you can do on first down. Right there, Buffalo's incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10 coming up. We'll see what they draw up here.
Yeah, they just went with the sprint out pass. Carter Lance just lost his feet out, lost the foot out right from under him. And so if he wouldn't have fell down, that could have been a completed catch because it went right over the top of him.
H-back tied in left, 2 receivers right. And now we have the H-back. I believe that's Jacobson moving to the right side. Out in motion is Watkins. A little toss out over to Watkins. Watkins in stride, has a gap down the middle of the field. 40-yard line, B button, past another man. How's he still on his feet? Ethan Watkins into the red zone, down to the 17. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling to the McAlester Clothing Consignment red zone. They accept consignments Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays and offers a 50-50 split. Officially at the 18, ball on the right hash. He broke about 5 tackles on his way there. He'll stay on the field right side to left now. 2 receivers left, H-back tight end right. Watch out, I believe, for Malachi Rice as he's over on the right side in front of Jacobson, the H-back. Buffs have 11 to snap it. 10:25 remaining in the first quarter on the opening drive of the game for either team. It's McAlester inside the Durant red zone. Les now gets the ball from Pingleton, hands it off over to Watkins, bounces it outside, delivers a stiff arm, a mean one down inside the 10-yard line, and close to a first down marker again. We'll see where they spot him. It might be a gain of 9. Watkins came to play today, boys.
They're going to that. They're going in that heavy set, that 22 package, putting the tight end and the H-back on that side, and they're just going to town. Ethan Watkins, Dustin Jacobson getting some good key blocks up in there, and so is Malachi Rice.
First dozer package of the night. 2nd down and 1 from inside the 10. Here's the snap. Watkins left side. He's got a convoy. He's bounced backwards, but not before he can get a first down, it looks like. That'll move it inside the 8 where he needed to get to move the chains. First down and goal coming up. Red zone for their opponents, the Durant Lions, have been hard on them. Again, teams have only not come away with points twice inside the red zone that have faced the Durant Lions so far this year. 89% completion in the red zone, 79% of the time touchdowns. McAlester needs to punch it in right here. First down and goal from the 8.
They got a good drive going. Today's speed option basically is what got him down here.
Watkins hasn't taken a play off. He's still on the left side of left now. They move over to the right with Jacobson. Jacobson's going to go out to be a receiver, and so is Watkins. We have quads right, and we'll have a timeout here early by the Buffaloes. We'll take a 30-second be back. 9:03 left to go. Here in the first, no score.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
Okay. I'd like to thank a few of our corporate game sponsors.
So the Buffaloes take an early timeout here, about 3 minutes into the game on their opening drive. 9:03 is left to go in the first quarter. Buffaloes have the ball right between the hash marks on the 8-yard line. They were about to go with a funky set there. Dustin Jacobson went out to be a slot receiver, and so did Ethan Watkins. We were about to have quads right, and it was Malachi Rice motioning to be a wide receiver on the left side. Now, before they've thrown it to Malachi alone in the far corner. Do they do it here again? I don't see Malachi on the field now. Here's the snap. Handoff Watkins, right side. Watkins dancing to the 2-yard line. Does he get over the goal line? Yes, he does. McAlester strikes first here in the Heartland. That drive not just brought to you by Bishop Funeral Service, also brought to you by Ethan Watkins. Stellar start to this game against the Durant Lions. 6-0 McAlester on the board. 8:58 remaining in the first quarter. Trenton Greer on to attempt the PAT. Les now the holder. Greer so far in the year 17 of 20 on PATs. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is right down Broadway. Buffaloes lead 7-0. 8:58 left to go here in the first quarter on K.
Type really, really fast while fucking the cat with your other hand.
What are you doing?
And done. Vault secure.
Vault?
In the month of October, when customers test drive a vehicle, they get to create a code to try to crack the vault and win $44,000.
That's $1,000 for every year we've been in business.
That's a great way to celebrate Fenton Nissan's 44th anniversary.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
Well, the holiday season is here, and at Vickers Furniture, it's Black Friday from now until the end of November. And be sure to keep an eye out for our private letter sale, where you'll get up to 20% off all furniture in stock. Plus, we're closing out all our mattresses. They start at just $298. Vickers Furniture offers interest-free financing for qualified customers. Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
Construction.
Buffaloes with an opening drive touchdown. Haven't actually been able to do that a whole lot this year, but they do it here in a pivotal Week 8 game against the Durant Lions. 7-0 our score. We'll have a drive summary for you here in just a moment, but mainly fueled by Carter Lance and Ethan Watkins. Trenton Greer kicking it off from the 40. Pooch kick near side. Let's see if this will be returnable. Caught at the 25. They'll try to return it. Grabbed and spun off a tackle, but then going sideways after a couple of Buffaloes get there is the return man. Looked like number 23. Or rather, that's 22, Shazon Davis. 8:52 remaining in the first quarter. Buffaloes lead by 7. How was that drive for the Buffaloes?
That was a 7-play, 75-yard touchdown drive. And I did math wrong. I'm sorry. I meant to do minus 8:53. It was a 2-minute and 56-second drive. And that was your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love our McAlester Buffaloes.
Different offense for the Durant Lions, no longer in the flex bone. Putting a man out of motion. Here's the snap. Direct snap to Cole Robbins. Robbins right side, and he's tackled after minimal gain of about 2. Jalen Saxon is the quarterback. Again, in the 3 years combined against McAlester in years past, the Lions have only passed for 91 yards, and 56 of those 91 yards came off of one pass. This year, Saxon is completing 54% of his passes for 842 yards. The passing game has definitely come alive. The go-to target, Caden Mims, who's currently over along the far side. 2 receivers right, loading up the line. Here's the snap to Robbins. He's quarterback today right now, though. Passes over the middle. It's incomplete. Knocked away by Carter Lance. So, interesting there. Saxon, again, is 59 of 107 on the year. That's only Robinson's 11th passing attempt on the season. He was 1 of 10. Now he's 1 of 11. And starting off the game at quarterback, Saxon at running back. We'll see how long that lasts because, again, Saxon has been far and away the main threat passing the ball. Just more totes as the quarterback. So now 3rd down and a long 7 on the scoreboard. 8:14 the clock has stopped here in the first quarter with the Buffaloes leading by a touchdown. Some confusion here is they're trying to get the play into the Lions. They'll go into the huddle with 6 to snap it. 5. They get the play. They're going to have to call a timeout here. 3,
Yep, timeout.
2, timeout called by Coach Todd Vargas and the Durant Lions. Both teams have burned a timeout now. We'll take 30 seconds to be back here on.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So 3rd and 7, I'm curious to see who's going to be taking the snap here at quarterback, Saxon or Robbins. It looks like it's going to be Saxon with Robbins to the right. He does get it. Saxon rolling right, stepping up, going to fire it deep for Mims. It's up in the air, and it's incomplete. Good positioning was Eli Chapman, got in front of Caden Mims. Look at the arm there on Saxon. He got it down the field. That was a good throw of about, that looked like a 45-yard throw down the field, but again, good positioning by Eli Chapman, getting himself in front of Caden Mims, and that'll be a quick 3-and-out for the Durant offense. Complimentary football here with the Buffalo offense scoring in their first drive and forcing a 3-and-out.
Yeah, good play. Malachi Rice, back-to-back pass plays, got into the backfield, chasing Saxton down, forcing them quick throws. If he would have been able to plant his feet just a little better, he might have got that one on the fly. Good play on the back end, Eli Chapman in this Buffalo defense.
Back to return, Watkins averaging 13.8 yards a return. Lions have 7 to snap it and punt it away. Saxon watching the play clock. He gets the ball and does punt it away after taking one step directly to Watkins. He'll take it at the 30. Good jab step to the left side, to the 40-yard line, down the far sideline, to the other side of the 50, to the 30. Got a lead blocker, down the far sideline. There's a flag coming in, but he'll get into the end zone. We'll see what it is, but it is a punt return touchdown at the moment for senior Ethan Watkins. The flag came down around the Durant 25-yard line.
It's going to be a, looked like it might be a block in the back or a blindside block. The Buffaloes bullied a guy. They double-team blocked him right into the ground, and that's what drew the flags.
So this will more than likely be coming back, but still a great return. It's not going to be a flag on the other side of the 50. It should be 10 yards from the 10 or 15, depending on what they do call, from the 26-yard line, which should still start this drive in Durant territory. As we have 3 officials still going over it. By the way, our officials for today.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a block in the back on McAlester.
Okay.
Once again, our officials for today, referee Richard Dixon, umpire Stuart Gallagher, line judge Scott Johnson, head linesman Mark Tuggle, and back judge Kenny Stabler. Buffaloes have been trying to get their fans up on their feet for the first, 4 minutes of the game. We're at 7:52 left to go here in the first quarter. Buffaloes are leading 7-0. And far and away the most important game of the season. One can argue it was actually Coweta that was the most important, but once McAlester lost that one, this one is absolutely almost like a win-or-go-home game. Your path to the playoffs is no longer in your hands if you lose this game, whether you're Durant or McAlester. McAlester can still technically make the playoffs if they lose this game. They need to beat Sepulpa, and you have to hope that you have the district points. But you beat Durant tonight, don't have to worry about any of that. Just worry about next week.
Yeah, if you win here tonight and you just win out, you'll take that, like you would be able to get that 3 seed because you would have beat everyone else and lost to the 2 guys that won the district and finished second. So
this drive will officially begin at the Durant 31 after the block in the back foul. And that's the Durant 31, so McAlester trying to go up 2 scores here early on the Lions. Looks like it's, I believe that, is it Drayton Pouncil on the right side of Lesnow? Here's the snap. It is Pouncil. It'll be Lesnow that rolls right, looking downfield, looking back door. No one's open. Now tosses it over the middle, over to Malachi Rice, who breaks the tackle right past the man sideways, and then tackled down around the 21-yard line for a pickup of 11. The yards per play here for McAlester looking really good, right around 10 yards a play. They get to the 21 just outside the red zone on the catch by Malachi Rice. And good job by the offensive line also. On a play like that, you can stray too far down the field. They stayed where they were supposed to be. No illegal man downfield. And they're going to sugar rush the line here. First down and 10 from the 21 right hash. Under center, Lesnow grabs the ball, goes right, goes back left, is driven back by 3 different Durant Lions, led by number 43, Jaden Rangel. His forward progress going to put him into the red zone, though, after a gain of 3 yards. That's the McAlester Clothing Consignment red zone, accepts consignments Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, and offers a 50-50 split. So second down and 7 coming up.
Yeah, the previous play, that pass play, they ran with a little spin bootleg. Malachi Rice comes in, basically doing a big old jumping jack in the middle of the field. They wanted to go with that corner route. He took the check down right there. They sugar rush. He picked up a hard 3 on the ground.
Second and 7, handoff right up the gut. I believe that is Drayton Pouncil getting past the 15. Pushing. He broke through and got to the 5. He was one Durant defender away from just sneaking out of the pile and getting 6. But we have first down and goal now coming up from the 5-yard line. Make that 6-yard line on the run by Drayton Pouncil.
Ladies and gentlemen, buy your Dustin Jacobson stock right now, the lead blocker who opened that hole for Drayton Pouncil.
That time not much of a hole, but there's still positive yards for Pouncil. That's something that's really cool about Drayton Pouncil, is he's going to be running straight at the defense, and there's not a lot of people that can knock him back. Again, last week he drug, and this is not an exaggeration, drug about 4 East Central Cardinal defenders 20 yards from his own 35 to the opponent's 47, so that was 18 yards of carrying East Central defenders. That's not easy to do. He'll stay on the right side of Les now, second down and goal from the 4. Snap, right side, designed run by Les now, bounces it out right, one man to beat, just ran over him. Touchdown McAlester, and lickety split. They're up by 2 scores. He said, this ain't a ballroom, I'm dancing around no one. This is a football game, and decided to lower his shoulder to muscle his way into the north end zone for 6. And Greer trying to compliment him with an extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Buffaloes lead 14-0, 5:46 left to go in the first. Buffaloes trying to keep it up here on.
It's football season, and Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make you a deal. Check it out. The new 23 Ram Crew Cab Lone Star Bighorn has $4,000 cash back or 0% financing for 72 months. And right now, most Jeep models in stock are 10% below the sticker price. The same goes for the classic Ram 1500 half-ton pickup. It's also 10% off sticker. Go by Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram for details. We're on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall.
McAlester Pepsi is family owned and operated for more than 80 years. We take great pride in what we do. McAlester Pepsi supports local athletes, schools, churches, and community events for generations. Our legacy continues with you. Whether we're talking about faith, family, friends, or football, we are honored to be your total beverage provider. From our family to yours, life is just better with Pepsi. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. The Buffaloes have scored on both their drives offensively. They made Durant go 3 and out on their first drive, and here's a kickoff once again to the Lions. They'll be caught at their own 25 and trying to work it down the middle. And what a big collision at the 31-yard line as the Buffalo will drive back Davis. And that's where the Lions will begin this drive, at their own 31-yard line. We have another drive summary. 2 drives by the Buffaloes, 14 points.
That was a 5-play, 31-yard touchdown drive that took 2 minutes, 6 seconds off the clock. Capped off with that 4-yard touchdown run by Caden Lesnow, where he told the Lion to sit down in the end zone. And that is your drive summary, brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love our McAlester Buffaloes.
So Robbins was the starting quarterback in the last drive. It looks like Saxon will take back over the duties with Robbins to the left of him. Here's a snap and a handoff over to Robbins right up the middle. He had some space off the right side, and he'll get a good gain of about 5 out past the Durant 35-yard line. Credit to the right guard, Joshua Hitchcock, and the right tackle, Tucker Dry, on that gain of 5. Second down and 5 coming up.
Yeah, they just lined it up. They just went straight in that little gap scheme run right there. That Buffalo defensive line, they just kind of got washed upfield a little bit. Don't look for that to happen all night long, though.
So second down and 5. Got to keep an eye on who's taking the ball here. It's going to be Saxon again with the man in motion. That's Lede. Keeper by Saxon, straight up the gut. He had a hole, but then he stays on his feet and's got a blocker to the near sideline. Breaks another tackle. 1 man to beat for a touchdown to the 25, to the 20. Finally pushed out of bounds by Ethan Watkins. But we do have flags over here around the 43-yard line. And I believe we have Carson Alavan, who's the center for the Lions. He's staying put, so he knows that, hey, let's not waste my breath by going all the way down to the 20.
Offensive holding. He's signaling it.
Yeah. Alavan was trying to call everybody to come back over to this side because the big run by the Lions is going to get wiped off the board here. And from the spot of the foul.
So that'll put it at 34.
Yes. Now, is that still a first down since it happened past the 44 or 43-yard line where he needed to get the first down? That's a good question, actually. No, so it's still going to be second down. Second down and 9 coming up. wasn't brushed up on my rules on that play. My apologies. So 2nd down and 9 now from the 34-yard line. So that long run by Jalen Saxon is off the board. And they're back on their side of the 50. 2 receivers left. H-back, tight end. On the right side, here's a quick pass out to the near side by Mims. Mims trying to get around a corner, and he's pushed out of bounds. After he picks up, let's see where he went out of bounds at the 39. So he gets about 4 or 5 yards there, and they'll bring up 3rd down and 4. 4:34, by the way, remaining in the first quarter. Buffaloes are leading 14-0.
They go with that screenplay right there to that outside. Buffalo defenders, they were coming downhill. Use that sideline because we're on that near hash to their advantage. Use it as that 12th defender.
Chapman lined up against Mims. Watch out for the ball coming in here on 3rd and 4. H-back right. Running back right. Here's the snap. They'll keep it Saxon up the middle. Saxon wrapped up. He can't even get to the 40. No gain on the carry. They'll bring up 4th down and 4. And expect a punt once again here from the Lions.
Right there, they're just trying to go with that design quarterback run, sneak him in there. Buffalo defense, they seen it. They wasn't going to get fooled twice. Great play there, no gain.
Watkins returned a punt for a touchdown, but it was wiped off after a block in the back. It was a line drive punt to him. What does he do here? 2nd attempt of the night. 4 minutes left to go in the first. Buffalo's trying to go up 3 scores here early. Also watch the fake here if you're feeling dangerous at your own 39. Saxon is also the punter as he is the quarterback. Here's the snap. He will punt it away. Spiraling punt this time that'll bounce. Watkins will let it get past him, and he'll roll inside the 20-yard line. This will be the worst field position for McAlester today, beginning at the 15-yard line. As it's spotted down there along the far hash. So 3:34 remaining in the first quarter. So far, the Buffaloes have answered the call. Now, this has not been their problem. They have played good halves. It's what you do for full 4 quarters. You haven't even technically played a full 4 quarters of your best ball yet because you can't count Memorial because you had a running clock in the second half. Buffaloes have got to keep the pressure up, but so far, their first 2 drives, they have looked good on both sides of the ball. It'll be Jordan Clark. So 3 different series, 3 different running backs for McAlester. This time it's Jordan Clark. First one was Watkins. Second time it was Pouncil. This time Clark. He's on the left side of Les now with 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the far side. Here's a snap. First down and 10 from the 15. Keeper by Les now left side. Good keep. Jumps a man, but he's kind of tripped up as he was doing so. I think he's going to be just a yard short of the 20-yard line. Gain of 4, but he made it look a little pretty. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Now they're going to give him the nose of the football at the 20, so it's a long 5 coming up.
Yeah, they were on that read option. Sees that blitz coming, pulls it. He needed 1 more block, and he would have had a first down and more.
Buffaloes go with the hard count. Durant staying disciplined, staying on their side of the ball. 2nd and 5 coming up. Same formation, trips right. Les now, snap, pass on near side, caught by Clark. Clark tries to get around a man, gets to the 25-yard line for the first down. So it looks like he needed 5. He ended up getting 6, and McAlester once again moving the chains. Looks like they'll give him the 27. So gain of 7 for Jordan Clark on the catch. So far this season, the sophomore, 246 yards carrying the ball on 51 attempts. Also has a receiving touchdown this year. Nearly had one last week that was pulled or called back on a holding call. So he's always a threat in the passing game as well. It looks like he's going to take a break, and it'll be Watkins coming back to the left side of Les now. Snap, rolling out left is Les now. Looking downfield, squares, throws, good toss out to Eli Chapman. Chapman, after a first down, gets to the 40 with the catch and go, and they'll move the chains once again. Buffalo's 3 plays, 2 first downs, all the way from the 15 to the 43. You were going to say, Phillip?
I was going to say that previous play went to Jordan Clark. Shout out to Carter Lance. He came back in, got a big block as Jordan Clark was being tailed.
Stephen Gregg gets a handoff, almost gets grabbed along the face mask, works it right, all the way to the 50-yard line. Now it's his turn to carry Lions, all the way to the Lion 49-yard line. It was a little bit of a tug of the face mask, but not a full-on grab, so that is not a penalty, as Gregg works it all the way to the Lion 49 for a gain of 8.
And this offensive unit right now, they are looking like a well-oiled machine, whether it's the receiving core blocking downfield, catching passes, whether it's these running backs seeing the hole, running violently, carrying defenders, and this offensive line, and these tight ends and H-backs, they are looking really good. They know what's at stake.
2nd down and 2, 14-0 McAlester leads. Handoff again, give it to Greg, the speedy running back, gets the first down, and he's showing some muscle all the way past the Lion 45-yard line for a hard-fought 5. I'll get him to around the 44. 1:16 and ticking left in the first as McAlester trying to be successful on 3 consecutive drives, and looks like they're bringing out some more muscle. Talked about Dustin Jacobson, gave him a lot of praise in the last drive. He comes out with Owen Russell. Owen Russell, always a threat to be able to catch a big pass. Last year, he averaged 31.7 yards a catch. Got 2 receivers to the left, that H-back and tight end right. Man in motion, here's the snap. Going to toss it out over to Watkins. Watkins went back right, cut it back left, stayed on his feet to about the 41. That one only a gain of about 3. They're trying to make sure that they give Watkins as much of a breather as they can because he's playing both a pivotal role at safety and also at running back. You saw how much McAlester needs him in games like Coweta a couple weeks ago. 2nd down and 7 coming up, so already 4 different running backs here for the Buffaloes, but Watkins back in, had that last carry. Snap a little bit high, handoff over to Watkins again. There's another gap past the 40-yard line, and he'll carry a Lion out of bounds to bring up 3rd down and manageable here as the clock stops with 18.2 seconds left in the first. Not many 3rd downs McAlester has had tonight. I don't even think they've had the 3rd down yet, maybe 1.
Not really.
They're 41% on 3rd down this year. The Lion defense, I believe they are 32% on 3rd down. So in just the stat category, advantage McAlester, but games are played on the field. Looks like it'll be Pouncil on the right side of Les now. Jacobson moves to the left side to be the H-back. Here's the snap. Quick pressure. Pouncil up the middle of the field. He will get to the 35, but not to the line of gain. That will more than likely be the final play of the first quarter with, if I know Coach Mazey, a 4th down coming up, 4th down and 2. We'll take a break, go to the second quarter. McAlester leading here early, 14-0 on the Lions on K.
The 12th annual Buck Wilson Big Buck Contest is underway. The deer, they're everywhere. And if one gets in the way of your moving vehicle, well, Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop can fix it. And don't forget to register for your chance to win cash and prizes during the Buck Wilson Big Buck Contest. We're located at 103 Oklahoma Avenue in McAlester. Call 918-423-3161. That's 423-3161.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford with some exciting news. We have purchased Eufaula Ford in the beautiful town of Eufaula. Now with 2 locations, we have a better selection of new vehicles in stock and coming in. Plus more pre-owned and service, all to better serve you. We are so thankful for this opportunity and hope you'll join us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford of McAlester and Eufaula. Come on in and let us make it happen for you.
So the Buffaloes were stopped on 3rd down going into the second quarter, but they're in Durant territory at the 36. Got to get to the 34, and they're going to go for it here on 4th down. So they're going to sugar rush the line, it looks like here. Under center will go Les now to start the second quarter. Big 4th down and 2. And they're going to get Durant to jump off sides. That'll move the chains for McAlester. So the Buffaloes move the chains on the hard count, get Durant to jump off sides.
That's one thing that the Sugar Rush is designed for, is those short yardage plays like that. You rush the line, you get that defense kind of moving, go with the quick hard count. Great play design right there coming out of the quarter.
Ball to the 31, right hash, fresh set of downs for the Buffaloes. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Les now with Drayton Pouncil to his left on the right hash. Once again tried to go with the hard count. This time the Lions stay put. And here's 1st down and 10. Rolling out left, looking downfield, tossing, and what a bullet over to, looked like Eli Chapman, but he takes a licking too, down to about the 22-yard line. Just a yard shy. Did he get the 1st down? I think he's a yard shy.
He's just shy. Shout out to Eli Chapman. He lost his footing, reestablished himself, caught that pass, was able to turn upfield, takes a shot, gets right up. But if he didn't get back up, that would have been an interception, though.
And that was well covered by the Lions. Yep. Good throw by Les now. 2 receivers each side, ball in the near hash. Snap, 2nd down and 1. Long pass to the far side, caught at the line of scrimmage and reaching forward. Didn't need the 20, but looks like he's going to, well, are they going to say his knee went down before he got the first down? He's still about half a yard shy, so this is going to be 3rd and inches coming up. Got to get to the 21. So the ball went and touched the 20, but his knee went down at the 22. So once again, they'll go under center. I believe they'll have a couple of chances here. Snap, left now right side. Again a gap. And again to the B button. Again inside the 15. Again dragging defenders. We got a flag coming in around the 16. And Les now is tackled down at the 11.
It's going to be a hole on the Buffaloes.
And that's what's going to hurt you here for McAlester is they already had the. Oh, that's not a hole. That's not a hole. Is that a sideline warning?
No, I believe that was the pushing penalty from.
Oh,
was that last week?
So you can't pull a defender, or you can't pull a ball carrier, but you can push him. And someone looked like they were pulling Les now. So you can't go in front of him and pull him. You can be behind him and push him like the Eagles do with Jalen Hurts, but you can't get in front of him and pull him further. So that is the call. That good eye there, Nate. That's the call on McAlester as they get back into the red zone. That's the McAlester Clothing Consignment Red Zone, except consignments Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Offers a 50-50 split. Already the 3rd time in the red zone on 3 drives to the Buffaloes. This time, Durant making them earn it a little bit harder. First down and 10 from the 19. Les now will roll out left. Already being tracked down. He looks late now. Zooms forward down the near sideline past the 10-yard line. Down around the first down marker again, depending on the spot.
Just short.
And once again, we'll have 2nd down and inches coming up. That last first down, by the way, brought to you by Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties. When you're looking to sell your ranch, timber, recreational land, or a rural home, call 918-284-1233. So again, 2nd down and extremely short here for McAlester.
Zach Rogers sealed that edge off for that sprint out by Les now. He shoved a Lion into another Lion. Good offensive line play right there.
Flipping the running back to the right side. That's Watkins. H-back tight end left. Snap. Handoff. Watkins left side. Look at that gap to the 5. Jumped a man into the end zone like he's in track and field. Did a hurdle over a Lion. Ethan Watkins into the end zone again.
Once again, Watkins takes advantage of the block.
And the Buffaloes are up 20-0 on the Durant Lions, imposing their will. They came into the second quarter 158 yards to the Lions' 13. Greer trying to make this a 21-0 game. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is just inside that right upright. Buffaloes lead 21-0, 10-13 remaining in the first half here on
Vickers Power Sports reminds you that hunting season is not far off. And right now at Vickers Power Sports, you can get in a brand new Can-Am Defender at fall discount pricing. Vickers has every style and color of Can-Am Defender you can think of. Not only that, they also have every hunting accessory you can think of. Drop by Vickers Power Sports today at 1904 South Main in McAlester, or go to vickerspowersports.com, or call us at 918-423-3306.
Integrity Portable Buildings and Steel Structures is your place to buy your next cabin, barn, shed, studio home, carport, RV cover, garage, playset, and more. They have many different displays on the lot, and you can rent to own and no credit checks. They're locally owned and operated and serve all of Southeast Oklahoma with integrity. Open 6 days a week at 1407 South Georgia Expressway, next to the Stockyards in McAlester. Call them at 918-558-8205.
3 drives, 3 touchdowns by the McAlester offense, 2 drives by Durant, 2 3-and-outs. Here comes the 3rd drive by the Lions as we have another kick from Greer at the near hash. It'll be caught and returnable. Looks like Leday at the 30-yard line, and he slowed down a little bit from behind to be able to have the rest of the Buffalo herd tackle him down around the 41. But still, good field position here for the Lions starting at their own 41-yard line. Like we mentioned, Phillip, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. How was that drive for the Buffs?
14 plays, which is more plays than they ran in the second half last week. It spanned 85 yards, and it took 5 minutes and 21 seconds total, spanned over 2 quarters off the clock. That was capped off with that 10-yard touchdown run by senior Ethan Watkins, and the PAT was good. And that is your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services and they love our Buffaloes.
Passing quickly out to the left side, and a tackle down at the 49-yard line. There's face masks.
Yeah.
There's a face mask as there was a helmet that was ripped off of a Durant Lion. I couldn't see exactly the Buffalo. In the area on that far side, you've had, looks like Chapman was over there.
That was Ryder Jones, the Lion, who was the recipient of the face mask.
I mean, again, just hooked the face mask, and that helmet came completely off. So 15 yards on top of the catch. And for the first time tonight, the Lions have moved the chains, and they get to the 36-yard line. Buffaloes are leading 21-0 over Durant. 10:01 remaining in the second quarter. Ball's going to be on the left hash at the 36-yard line. And Ryder Jones staying in the game because it was, I guess the face mask will let him stay in. Because we have trips right. Saxon hands the ball over to Robbins. Robbins cuts it back left, stays on his feet, but then he'll be dropped down around the 32-yard line for a gain of about 4. Second down and 6 coming up. Again, they'll be in 4-down territory here, already down by 3 scores. Now, what they feel good about is they will get the ball to start off the second half so they can get a score here. I mean, they're far from out of the game.
Right.
But they really need something to be able to stop the Buffalo stampede right now. Second down and 6.
And if you're the Buffaloes, you cannot get lackadaisical being up 21-0 right here.
Stephen Menard on the left side of Saxon. 2 receivers to each side. Here's the snap. Keeper by Saxon up the middle. That time, nothing doing. Buffaloes read the option extremely well. Guarded it well. No gain on the carry. Third down and 6 coming up. Shout out to Sean Perkins over on the right side. See Zach Rogers there as well.
Third down and 6.
Excuse me, that's a 5-2. That's Jaden Shumway and Sean Perkins over there on the right side. Malachi Rice's flip side, so now he's going against the right tackle. Third down and 6 from the Buffalo 32. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Saxon passes left. First down and tackled inside the 25. Once again, going out to Ryder Jones on that just little quick hitch.
Saxon with a 9-yard pass.
These officials are also keeping the clock running fast. They don't let the chains get set. They just say, keep running it. As soon as we put the ball down, run that clock.
It's a Thursday night. I got to hurry up and get back home.
Ball at the 23-yard line. Obviously, that's not the case, but been really good. These officials have been on top of everything so far tonight. 2 receivers each side. QB is Saxon with 2 first-down throws on this drive alone. Had 0 in their first 2 drives. Back to pass again, looking right, going deep, one-on-one for Menard. It's up in the air. What a catch. Did he get over the goal line? He did. They're going to say he caught it, and as he was falling backwards, the ball crossed the goal line. It's actually Caden Mims with the touchdown grab, his 6th of the season, after he came off of a 10-reception, 161-yard day last week against the Tigers. He gets the first touchdown for the Lions. And the Pride of Durant, they play their tune for the first time tonight during game time as they get on the board trying to cut this to a 2-score deficit. Lede on for the PAT. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. Buffalo still lead 21-7, but the Lions are on the board. Let's see what the McAlester offense can do in their 4th drive. 8:02 remaining in the first half here on.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Hey there, football fans! Are you ready for the ultimate game day experience? Kennedy Eye Care is your ticket to a crystal clear view of every heart-pounding moment. We're your local vision care MVPs, helping you score big with comprehensive exams, top eyewear brands like Oakley and Ray-Ban, and cutting-edge lens enhancements to help you not just watch the game, but experience it. Whether you're a player or a passionate fan, don't let poor vision sideline you. Give Kennedy Eye Care a call today at 918-429-1400.
So the Lions responded when they needed to. They went 3 and out their first 2 drives, but they get on the board to pull the deficit to 14. McAlester leads 21-7. And it'll be Lede on to kick it off to the Buffaloes. Again, he's lined up like he could do an onside kick, but this time he will just kick it away to the far hash. This one is returnable. at the 27-yard line. Looks like Chapman, right side, down the far sideline. 2 men to beat, and he's tracked down before he can get to the 50. But good return by Chapman out to around the 47. Chapman on the year, 17 yards a return. That's going to help out the old average. We have the first scoring drive summary for the Lions, Phillip.
6 plays, 58 yards, and it took 2 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock. Capped off with that 23-yard touchdown pass from Saxon to Mims. The point after attempt was good. That is your drive summary, brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment, and they offer a wide range of services, and they love our McAlester Buffaloes.
Going back to Mims, he is a matchup problem for the Buffaloes. Stands at 6'4". We'll talk about this here in just a moment. But Jordan Clark on the right side of Les now. First down and 10 from the 48. They'll hand it off over to Clark. Good move at the line of scrimmage, but good tackle as being wrapped up and taking him down. At the middle of the field here is number, look like 58, Axel Thurman, the middle linebacker. Loss of 1, the first time McAllister's gone backwards today. Second down and 11. But going back to your matchup, Eli Chapman's the only one that stands close in your secondary to being able to go up with Mims, and that's why he's paired up against him. Chapman still, though, slight height disadvantage against Mims. He stands at 6'3" to Mims is 6'4". Second down and 11. McAlester with the ball at their own 47-yard line, leading 21-7 with 7:16 remaining in the first half. Man in motion's Bumpus. Here's the snap. Handoff once again, Clark. This time he's got way more daylight. Tripped up, and he stumbles all the way down to the 46-yard line for about a good 5 yards. He was falling forward, and that brings up now third down and manageable, to where if you can get a couple more yards, you feel good about going for it on fourth down. Buffs have found success on that left side of the line. So kudos to Zach Rogers and Gavin Mason, Landon Pingleton, and also on your right guard and right tackle, Sean Perkins and Creed Tribby, when they're pulling on those counters.
Yeah, absolutely. Right there, you've seen Jordan Clark have some daylight. If he wouldn't have been rumbling and bumbling, he might have been just breaking free out there.
Dozer package, second time tonight, 3rd and 4. From Durant territory, left side, Watkins spins past the first down marker to the 41. That'll move the chains. So the Buffaloes do move the chains out to the Durant 41-yard line, trying to keep the offense rolling, something that they've struggled with at times this year, 29.4 points per game, which is still very good, but not what they've been used to in years past. McAlester knows that they are not the same team as years past. No team is the same, but they're creating their new identity, and they're trying to start it here with week 8, maybe a little bit later, but tough, physical, and that's what they've been so far in the first quarter and a half.
But you want to start playing your football, your best football now, and get better progressively through the playoffs. So you don't want to be playing your best football week 0, week 1.
I think Durant has a timeout. We will take it. 5:56 left in the half. Buffaloes lead 21-7, and on the move here.
KC Farm Machinery in McAlester reminds you mowing season ain't over yet. And right now is the time to get a great deal on a new Gravely Commercial Zero-Turn Mower. We carry Gravely Zero-Turn models anywhere from 42 inches up to a 72-inch cut. The 2024s are coming soon, and now is the time to take advantage of the discounts available on all Gravely Zero-Turn models. Your local independent Gravely dealer in McAlester is KC Farm Machinery, right next to the McAlester Union Stockyards.
Get ready for a winning combination this football season. Just as your team brings the heat on the field, our HVAC experts bring you unbeatable comfort at home. Touchdown with us for reliable HVAC solutions. Score big with our exclusive installation offer using keyword football. Call now and let us keep you in the game. Don't despair. Call Freeze and Flare at 918-424-7135. We are licensed, bonded, and insured.
So Durant burns their second time out. They're left with 1. McAlester 2 more here in the second quarter. Buffaloes lead 21-7 over the Durant Lions, trying to score in their 4th consecutive drive. Again, at the 41, first down and 10. Back to pass is less now. First deep shot of the day for Malachi Rice, and he overthrew him. Started to see double coverage, threw it to where no one could get it, and that includes the Durant Lions secondary, so that just makes it a second down and 10. Buffaloes have had success running the ball, like we said, in the first quarter alone, 112 yards on the ground, which is more yards than they had in the entire second half against the Coweta Tigers. They're trying to keep it moving, trying to play all 4 quarters. That has been a major theme in what Coach Mays has been preaching to his team over the last 4 or 5 weeks. Really the entire season, but definitely in this stretch where it matters. Well, every game matters in the district play, but your toughest opponents, Durant being one of them. Trips right, 2nd down and 10 from the Durant 41. Snap, we're going to have a false start here. Not a lot of drive killers by the Buffaloes today. I think that might be their first one. Not saying that the drive is killed by any means, but when you're looking at 2nd down and 10, you don't like false starts on 1st down and 10, but definitely not 2nd and 10.
Absolutely, and we talk about not only drive killers, we talk about drive extenders too. And the inadvertent face mask, added 15 yards on top of that 8-yard catch.
We're talking about the previous drive for Durant that led to their first score. So 2nd and 15 now. 6 to snap it. Here's a snap. Durant bringing pressure. Back to pass as Les now steps up, has to bounce it outside. Still looking downfield. He's trying to get around a linebacker. Does so. Gets something out of nothing and gets down to about the 43-yard line as he's sandwiched onto the turf of First National Field. He was nearly tackled for about a 3-yard sack, but he was able to get 3 yards back. That brings up 3rd down and 12.
Good play there by the offensive line, staying tall, staying tough. And the Lions, they were bringing pressure. That offensive line, they stepped up.
Brought 6 guys.
Hit them right back, and they're only using 5 to block, and they were able to block all 6 of them until one of them just kind of went out and flowed with Les now and was able to catch him out there.
Again, if the Buffaloes can pick up about, I'd say 7, you're looking at a possible go for it on 4th down here. 8 to snap it. 3rd and 12. 2 receivers each side. Back to pass Les now after he gets the ball from Pingleton. Under pressure again. Steps up, goes down the field, has a man breaking open. It's Carter Lance with the catch, and he's down the seam into the end zone. Senior to senior connection, and Lance once again into the south end zone. And there's not a chance you'll catch Carter Lance. 27-7 Buffaloes score in their 4th consecutive drive. Looked like the Lions were just about to get to the Buffaloes. And then Caden Lesnow and Carter both said in unison, you're going to have to be quicker than that. Wave the finger like Mutombo. Greer onto attempt the PAT. It's up. This one was shanked. But did it still go through? It did. Didn't line it up well, but still found its way through the uprights. Buffaloes lead 28-7, 4:46 left to go in the half here on K.
At Compass Capital Management, our unique process, the Life Plan Solution, will be the guide to you reaching your retirement goals and realizing your dreams. Go to CompassCapitalMGT.com. Registered principal securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Jimmy J. Williams is an investment advisor representative of Compass Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Compass Capital Management, LLC are not affiliated. 321 South 3rd, Suite 4, McAlester, Oklahoma, 74501.
For a clean, comfortable room at a great price, it's Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester, both locally owned and operated. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of the 2023 football season. Wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
So a bomb on 3rd and 12 from Caden Lesnow to Carter Lance gets those 7 points back for the Buffaloes. Here's a kick from Greer. Lede will once again try to return this from his own 28, and this time he has a gap down the near sideline. 2 men to beat. It's up to Trenton Greer, and he slows him down, but he gets past him inside the 10-yard line and tripped up at the 5. Touchdown saving tackle. Who grabbed him? I think it might have been... Is that Jordan Clark saved the touchdown on a Braden Lede return all the way down to the McAlester 5, and it looks like they're wanting to get those 7 points right back. They've been slowly getting better returns, and that time they broke it nearly for a 6. Phillip, we got a quick drive summary, though, from McAlester.
6 plays, 52 yards, took 3 minutes, 10 seconds off the clock. Capped off with a 43-yard bomb from Caden Lesnow to Carter Lance. The point after was successful. That is your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love our McAlester Buffaloes.
So the best field position that you could almost possibly ask for, 1st down and goal from the 5. What did the Buffaloes do here? Do they stand tall? Going to be a tough task. Saxon with the ball, handoff over to Robbins. Robbins has to bounce it outside. There are the Buffaloes, and dragged down there. No gain on the carry. Maybe a yard. Second down and goal coming up.
Good play right there by the Buffalo defense. They saw that flow going to the left as they flipped. They go heavy, and they were not fooled. They just went ahead, beat him to the outside. Whole herd of Buffaloes get out there and bring him to the mat.
You know, watch out for Mims. The passing game has been successful for the Lions so far. That's where they got their first downs and their touchdowns so far. But that end zone working as like a 12th man now for the Buffaloes. Robbins on the left side of Saxon. They're going to try to option it again left side. There is plenty of daylight for Saxon. Tries to get to the far sideline, but can't get the corner. Good job with the secondary closing up the gaps. And it's going to gain a couple of yards to bring up third down and goal from the 2. Clock is stopped with 3:54 left in the first half.
They just tried to go with a straight quarterback design. Wasn't a sprint out. Quarterback run to the outside. Bring in the heavy formation. Use the running back as well. Get Mims out there. Buffalo's seen it. They were able to use that sideline out there as a defender.
That's a false start. That's a false start. No one, or a few Lions on the right side weren't set as Robbins went under center. And you had a few Lions all move without the ball being snapped. So that'll move the ball back 5 yards from the 2 back to the 7. So third down and goal from the 7.
Just a few, my friend. That was like the entire offensive line.
The entire right side of the line, it seemed like.
They were ready to go. They were hitching 2-yard line. They were ready to punch one in for 6.
Clock is running. 3:27 left to go here in the second quarter. No matter what happens here with the Lions, the Buffaloes should have plenty of time if they want to try to, well, they should have enough time to go and score again if they can have the same success they had in the first 4 drives. Back to the spread. Look at number 30 alone on the near side. McAlester did a secondary pressing. Here's the snap. Going for the other corner. It's going to be just a slant pattern, and Ryder Jones beat his man for the touchdown.
Pass is complete. Number 2, Ryder Jones.
Again, it's the passing game. Saxon for 6. Set up by that long return by Leday, who's now going to try to get the Lions back within 14. So McAlester started off with a cushion of 14 points, make that 21 points, and the Lions have responded to the last 2 touchdowns that the Buffaloes have scored. Snap, hold. Lance nearly got a piece of that one, but that's going to be through the uprights again. And the Buffaloes still leading 28-14, but the Lions' offense has come alive here in the last 2 drives. 3:09 remaining in the first half. Buffaloes lead here.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
Type really, really fast while bucking the cat with your other hand.
What are you doing?
And done. Vault secure.
Vault?
In the month of October, when customers test drive a vehicle, they get to create a code to try to crack the vault and win $44,000.
That's $1,000 for every year we've been in business.
That's a great way to celebrate Fenton Nissan's 44th anniversary.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
We've only had 2 stops between the 2 teams, and thankfully for the Buffaloes, they were against the Lions. As this one's a short kick again to the far side, again returnable for Chapman. Picks it up at the 31, trying to go long side, trying to set up blockers. Gets a good block. No, that block was a bad block. As this one's going to come back as Chapman gets tackled around the 42. So McAlester will have 3:01 and a long field to go. Expect 10 yards from the 28-29 yard line. So starting this drive inside their own 20 coming up.
And was that a bad block or too good of a block?
The world may never know. Looks like a block in the back. The second one by the Buffaloes on a return today. And this one will start, I believe, inside the 20-yard line. Yep. Around the 18. Not the worst field position that McAlester has had today, though. And they have 2 timeouts and 3:01 left to go in the first half. Really want to score here. Obviously, you want to score every time, but especially as you're nearing the end of the second quarter with the Lions getting the ball to start off the second half. If you don't get a score here, the Lions somehow are able to score a quick 7 points going into halftime, they have a chance to tie it up right out of break. So pivotal drive here early for the Buffaloes despite being up by 2 scores. Les now waiting. To his left is Ethan Watkins, who's already had a great day on the ground. We're not even halfway through the night. Two receivers each side, ball between the hash marks at the 19. Les now gets the ball, tossing it out. It's high, but snagged by Watkins. Watkins has some daylight, past the 25-yard line, down the near sideline, and walking the tightrope like Stevie Ray Vaughan all the way down to the 36. First down carry for Watkins of about 17 yards. Move the chains. That toss was a little bit high, but Watkins, he plays center field in baseball. He knows how to go and grab it.
I'm going to go back, read the previous drive summary. It was a 3-play, 5-yard drive. Took 1 minute, 27 seconds off. Capped off that 7-yard touchdown pass from Saxon and Jones. That's your drive summary by Bishop's Funeral Service. They're a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love our McAlester Buffaloes.
And since Watkins got out of bounds, the clock stopped with 2:54 left in the half. Snap. Here's another keeper by Les now. Good gap by the offensive line, past the 50-yard line and out of bounds at the 49. And there's a late push, and there's the flag, 15 more yards. A trainer got ran over as Les now was pushed as he was going out of bounds, already gave himself up. Hopefully the trainer's okay. Is that a trainer? Yeah, it looks like a trainer over here on the near side line. But she's okay. She's up, but yeah, she's all right. So we're all good there. Les now was pushed out of bounds. He was already starting to go out, pushed a little bit further. Happens a lot, actually, more than you'd think. It wasn't anything malicious in that play, but it's going to be Les now getting the ball now with the penalty down to the 34.
I want to give a huge shout-out to Sean Perkins.
Having a night.
He's having a night. He had a blow-up block, kicked that lion out, knocked him flat on his rear, and then pancaked him, and Les now just right behind him. Great play there.
False start. Both the tight end on the right and the tight end on the left moved at the same time. Everyone else was still. And now move the ball back 5 yards. So first down and 15 coming up from the Durant 39-yard line. 2 minutes, 48 seconds remain in the second quarter. Buffaloes are up 28-14. They have been a well-oiled machine on offense with about 300 yards in the first half alone. To put in that in perspective, they had 459 yards of offense last year against Durant in their 52-20 win. But the Durant Lions coming back offensively. H-back tight end right. Here's the snap. Hand off. Drayton Pouncil following his blocks. Gets a hole. Gets those 5 yards back and more as he gets to the 30-yard line. First man there to Pouncil is never going to drive him back. Call it the 31. Again, that's going to be a gain of 9 to bring up second down and a short 7.
Great play there. Gavin Mason going on the pull. Drayton Pouncil putting his hand in that left guard's back, pushing him up, finding a lion so he can hit, and Pouncil can slide off. Great football IQ there with Drayton Pouncil.
Loading up the line here. Only a single receiver on the far side. Snap. Handoff left side, up the middle. I think that's Watkins past the 25-yard line. His offensive line once again will push him for the first down to the 22.
That was Pouncil on the carry.
Actually, Drayton Pouncil, thank you. Drayton Pouncil with the carry. 2 consecutive hard carries there for the junior. And now he'll be greeted by Ethan Watkins, who will join the backfield with fellow senior Caden Luss now. Down to the 22 is what they're calling it. Buffaloes keep on moving the clock. 1:55 remaining in the first half. Trying to go up another score before the end of the half where the Lions will get the ball to begin the third quarter. 28-14, McAlester leading. Buffaloes burning some time here. They have 2 timeouts also. That's important. Lions only have 1. Here's the snap. Pass out near side, caught by Bumpus. Gets around a tackle by Jones, and he'll be throwing a defender along with himself down to about the 17-yard line. Chapman couldn't quite seal the block on Ryder Jones. Big credit to the cornerback to get around that, but also major play there by Braden Bumpus to, instead of be tackled for no gain, get about 6 yards on the catch and go on the screen.
Yeah, it just shows the physicality and the toughness right there by Braden Bumpus. Good play by the safety of the Lions to roll downhill and help.
Second down and 6, rolling right, looking to pass Les now over the middle. Caught, 5-yard line, over the middle. It's Bumpus again, and he's driven back once he gets to the 2. That may not be a bad thing. That'll keep the clock moving unless Durant wants to stop it. 1:04 remaining here in the first half.
Great play there. Ethan Watkins getting that block on the outside, sticking his, staying tough, sticking his arm right in his chest, bowing up. That allowed Les now to not have to sprint out completely. He was able to step, come right back in the middle of the field instead of going all the way to the far sideline, throwing across the field. Great play there by the senior.
If I'm Coach Mazey, I'm wanting this clock to go all the way down to about 1 and snapping the ball.
Yep.
40 seconds. You got the ball from the 2. And once again, they'll hurry up to the line and go under center. Here's the snap. Left side, it'll be less now. Does he squeak past the defender? He does not. Gets down to the 1. And Coach Mazey, I believe, will be the one to call a timeout with 27 seconds. You still want to leave yourself enough time in case you don't get the touchdown on this next play. We'll take a 30 and be back here on KNED.
Well, the holiday season is here, and at Vickers Furniture, it's Black Friday from now until the end of November. And be sure to keep an eye out for our private letter sale, where you'll get up to 20% off all furniture in stock. Plus, we're closing out all our mattresses. They start at just $298. Vickers Furniture offers interest-free financing for qualified customers. Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
So after the Buffalo timeout, only one remained for each team. 27.4 seconds left in the first half. Buffaloes lead 28-14, trying to go up another score before the half. And we'll see if they can get it here. This time they'll go dozer package from the 2. Left side is Watkins, and we have early movement and a false start by the Buffaloes. I didn't see who moved, though. Did you?
I didn't either. They brought Owen Russell in on the
That's the only person I saw that moved.
The motion like normal. Coaches are also trying to figure out who moved.
Penalty will add 5 yards to it. Once again,
Came from the wide hat. Now move it to the 6-yard line, making things a little bit more interesting here on 2nd and goal from the 6. Still going dozer, not changing up the game plan here. Man in motion again is Russell. Snap. Left side, Watkins, there's daylight. Does he get into the goal line?
Oh, my Lanta.
Cross the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown, McAlester. And what Phillip is referring to is a Buffalo helmet flew from the near hash at the 2 all the way to the far hash at the 9. But that will be a touchdown for the Buffaloes. It's Ethan Watkins on the ground again. And with 21 seconds left to go in the half, Buffaloes score on every drive that they had in the first half. 34-14, Greer on for the PAT. And I like to think that that train knows that McAlester just scored. It's going off in the background there. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. Buffaloes lead 35-14, 21 seconds left in the half here on.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's football season, and Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make you a deal. Check it out. The new 23 Ram Crew Cab Lone Star Bighorn has $4,000 cash back or 0% financing for 72 months. And right now, most Jeep models in stock are 10% below the sticker price. The same goes for the classic Ram 1500 half-ton pickup. It's also 10% off sticker. Go by Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram for details. We're on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall.
So 21 seconds and 1 timeout left by the Lions. We'll see what they decide to do here. They have been known to have some deep passes, and they also are good in the return game. Returned the last kickoff that went to them all the way down to the 5. What did the Buffaloes decide to do here? As they look like they're going to kick to the far side, but on that far side is Shajon Davis, who's returned 2 touchdowns back this year. He's going to grab it at the 32-yard line and work his way right. He bobbled the ball, and the Buffaloes say they might have it around the 27. I think the Buffaloes do.
The Buffaloes came out with the football.
They came out with the football, and they got a timeout, so they have a chance to go up another score. It was a fumble on the return by Davis, and the Buffaloes grabbed it at the Durant 29. They have a chance to strike again. 15 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter.
That previous drive summary is an 8-play, 81-yard drive. It spanned 3 minutes, 40 seconds off the clock. Capped off with a 6-yard touchdown run by Ethan Watkins. Point after was the try was successful. That's your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love our Buffaloes.
The Buffaloes put up a 40-burger There's never been such a thing, but maybe it is in the first half. Can they do it here with 15 seconds left and a timeout? On the left side of Les now is Watkins. Here's the snap. From his own 29, from the Durant 29. Rolled left, we have a hold here. Throws towards the end zone. There's a wide open man. This is going to come back anyway, even if he didn't drop it, as it was a little bit high. But that also pulled off 8 seconds off the clock. We're going to have holding, and it's going to be on Zach Rogers. Rogers is trying to plead his case, but unless you're Forrest Mazie, it doesn't work. Mazie's been able to not really challenge, but technically challenge 3 different calls this year after long discussions with the officials and been able to change the call. That time to no avail. And it's out of field goal range for Greer. Now, I know he had a 49-yarder, but from here, what would that be? That'd be a 56-yarder?
56-yard field goal from where we stand right now.
And 49, he doesn't have the wind at his back, no wind tonight at all. So one long heave to the end zone now. And we had an open man. So can we find another one? They're stacking the receivers close to the line, 2 on each side. Here's the snap, back to pass Les now. Could be the final play at the half. Looks like it will be. Rolls out right, tries to set up his feet, dumps it off over the middle. Chapman down the far sideline, tracked up from behind, and he's tackled down at the 6. Zeros on the clock. And that will be the end of the first half. Now, if you would have had a score there, cherry on top, but a very good offensive showing by the Buffaloes going into the locker room. Can they do it again in the second half? 322 yards of offense for the Buffaloes to 65 by the Lions. We'll have stats like that and more when we return with the Buffalo Halftime Show brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry. Again, Buffaloes 35, Durant 14 here on
McAlester Pepsi is family owned and operated for more than 80 years. We take great pride in what we do. McAlester Pepsi supports local athletes, schools, churches, and community events for generations. Our legacy continues with you. Whether we're talking about faith, family, friends, or football, we are honored to be your total beverage provider. From our family to yours, life is just better with Pepsi. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com.
The 12th annual Buck Wilson Big Buck Contest is underway. The deer, they're everywhere. And if one gets in the way of your moving vehicle, well, Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop can fix it. And don't forget to register for your chance to win cash and prizes during the Buck Wilson Big Buck Contest. We're located at 103 Oklahoma Avenue in McAlester. Call 918-423-3161. That's 423-3161.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford with some exciting news. We have purchased Eufaula Ford in the beautiful town of Eufaula. Now with 2 locations, we have a better selection of new vehicles in stock and coming in. Plus more pre-owned and service, all to better serve you. We are so thankful for this opportunity and hope you'll join us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford of McAlester and Eufaula. Come on in and let us make it happen for you.
Vickers Power Sports reminds you that hunting season is not far off. And right now at Vickers Power Sports, you can get in a brand new Can-Am Defender at fall discount pricing. Vickers has every style and color of Can-Am Defender you can think of. Not only that, they also have every hunting accessory you can think of. Drop by Vickers Power Sports today at 1904 South Main in McAlester, or go to vickerspowersports.com, or call us at 918-423-3306.
Integrity Portable Buildings and Steel Structures is your place to buy your next cabin, barn, shed, studio home, carport, RV cover, garage, playset, and more. They have many different displays on the lot, and you can rent to own and no credit checks. They're locally owned and operated and serve all of Southeast Oklahoma with integrity. Open 6 days a week at 1407 South Georgia Expressway, next to the Stockyards in McAlester. Call them at 918-558-8205.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Hey there, football fans. Are you ready for the ultimate game day experience? Kennedy Eye Care is your ticket to a crystal clear view of every heart-pounding moment. We're your local vision care MVPs, helping you score big with comprehensive exams, top eyewear brands like Oakley and Ray-Ban, and cutting-edge lens enhancements to help you not just watch the game, but experience it. Whether you're a player or a passionate fan, don't let poor vision sideline you. Give Kennedy Eye Care a call today at 918-429-1400.
KC Farm Machinery in McAlester reminds you mowing season ain't over yet. And right now is the time to get a great deal on a new Gravely Commercial Zero-Turn Mower. We carry Gravely Zero-Turn models anywhere from 42 inches up to a 72-inch cut. The 2024s are coming soon, and now is the time to take advantage of the discounts available on all Gravely Zero-Turn models. Your local independent Gravely dealer in McAlester is KC Farm Machinery, right next to the McAlester Union Stockyards.
Well, the Buffaloes lead 35-14, but it could have been a lot worse for Durant. Durant only was 65 yards of offense in the first half, but they know, just like the rest of any football coach knows, that special teams is so key. And special teams plus penalties that McAlester has given Durant has helped Durant to stay in the game. This game is far from over, especially with the firepower that they have through the air that they've acquired this year. Again, only 91 yards passing by Durant quarterbacks in the last 3 seasons combined against Buffalo defenses. Tonight, they're already about halfway there. So that's definitely been their offense so far. McAlester has shut down the run game, and they're hoping to once again now try to shut down the passing game as well. But it's been hard to do. Again, on the year, they're looks like the Durant Lions are averaging just around 150 yards per game through the air. McAlster's secondary struggling a little bit more this year compared to years past, giving around 170 yards a game. But, again, the most important thing if you're a Buffalo fan going into halftime, how do you respond going into the second half? You were in a similar situation against the Coweta Tigers, riding high, and again, we're not going to speak for the team or for the coaches, for the players, but they came out in the second half flat and only had 3 points after having 24 in the first half. Durant's going to make adjustments. Are you going to be able to do the same facing the Durant defense? McAlester scored on every drive that they had except for the one that started with 15 seconds left before halftime. I don't even like to count that one. So McAlster's offense looked really good. Defense forced 2 3-and-outs before Saxon started to find connections between him and Ryder Jones and one long pass to Caden Mims. And that has been our game so far. We'll go over each scoring play here in just a moment. This is the Buffalo Halftime Show. It's brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry. They're the jewelry that you need for every occasion. Again, Buffalo's 35 and the Lions 14. Phillip, quickly, your opinion on the first half.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Everything that you wanted to do. You wanted to be physical up front. You wanted your running backs to be physical and run the ball hard. You wanted your receivers to catch the football and make plays in space. Defensively, you wanted to get big hits. You wanted to keep guys down. And aside from a kickoff return that was down to your 5-yard line and a penalty for a face mask that aided 15 yards.
On an already good starting field position for them on that drive in the first place.
Exactly. Like in 2 plays, it was a 7-yard completion and then a 15-yard personal foul face mask set them up on your 36-yard line. In one play.
And then they scored like 2 plays later.
Yeah, so, other than that, you're doing everything amazing. I couldn't really ask for anything better. The only thing I can ask that you do better is come out in the second half, make the Lions earn something, or make them snap it again. Make them snap it again, because if you make 16, 17, 18-year-old kids continue to snap the football, same way with 18, 19, 21-year-old kids on Saturdays, continue to snap the football, a mistake will be made. And if that mistake is made, that ball might just bounce in favor of the Buffaloes, and then you can really start to get even more momentum.
If you had a minute left before halftime, I think the Buffaloes go up another score.
Yeah.
That's a ball that bounced their way. You made them field another ball, and that's uncharacteristic of Davis. He's usually a very good returner. We were mentioning coming into this game, according to Jim Reagan, the voice of the Durant Lions, only 2 returns this year, both of them for touchdowns. One of them an 85-yarder for a touchdown. So, but speaking of that, special teams. How big has special teams been so far today? For the Lions especially.
Yeah, they always talk about, you got to win in all 3 phases of the game. And there is a school just north that loves special teams. I'm talking about the Kansas State Wildcats. When it comes to special teams, they are the embodiment of it. And I love watching them play on Saturdays because of that. And they really focus because if they can get – I remember Coach Venables was talking about special teams the week we played Texas, and that's why I'm thinking of it. He said that when they get 17 more yards on a return, their chances of scoring on that drive goes up to like 71.5%. So special teams, whether it's the punt game, the kicking game, the receiving game, or even the field goal game, is very detrimental to the game because you can't just dominate 2 and lose 1 and not dominate 1. You got to be dominant in all 3 phases if you want to be a complete, well-rounded team.
All right, let's look at some of the scoring plays from the first half. McAlester, look at these split down the field in the first drive. 11 yards, 12 yards, incomplete pass, 24 yards, 9 yards, 2 yards, 8-yard touchdown run by Ethan Watkins. Durant then went 3 and out. Buffaloes only 5 plays to get 31 yards down the field for a touchdown. Caden less now on the 4-yard run. Durant 3 and out again, had to punt. McAlester, long drive, 14 plays, 85 yards, 10-yard touchdown run by Ethan Watkins. That was the second of the night. Durant ended up having their first touchdown, aided by that face mask that you were talking about, a 23-yard strike from Saxon to Mims. Mims' 6th touchdown catch of the year. That was Saxon's 9th touchdown throw. The Buffaloes responded quickly. On 3rd and 12, a 43-yard strike from Caden Lesnow to Carter Lance. Big play, probably the biggest play in the first half. Then you end up having, again, Saxon and Jones. They connect on after a 95 or a long kickoff return to get down to the 5-yard line. It's Saxon connecting with Jones on a little slant to be able to get back within a couple scores. And the most important drive for the Buffaloes, it was their last one outside of the one that started with 15 seconds left in the half. 6-yard touchdown run by Ethan Watkins, 81-yard drive. Buffalo's offense have been a well-oiled machine, so when you're looking at both the offense and the defense, which a lot of our difference makers are going to go to the offense, when you score every time you get the ball, it's hard not to give it to them. Who's your difference maker so far?
Whew. You can go with Ethan Watkins. He's got 3 tutties. You can go with Caden Lesnow. He's dropping some bombs in there, the 43-yarder to Carter Lance. You can go with that offensive line blocking. But if you're going to make me pick, or you're going to make me pick one, you're going to handcuff me. You're going to handcuff me right now to a tennis racket, ain't you?
Yes. What does that even mean?
Well, you never seen iCarly where they handcuff him to the tennis racket and they hold him behind the couch?
No,
he can't
I haven't.
move?
Actually don't. No.
Oh, well.
I'll have to check it out. But anyway, who are you going to pick?
Oh. I'm going to go with the guy that I've seen doing some dirty work.
In the trenches?
In the trenches. He ain't scored no touchdowns. He's been doing some dirty work. That's Gavin Mason. And
Gavin Mason.
Sean Perkins.
So your guards today, your left guard and your right guard.
Because Sean Perkins got the pancake block where Lesnow was able to Ethan Watkins was able to slide right off the back of him. Drayden Pouncil pulling, and Gavin Mason was pulling, and Drayden Pouncil was able to push him up into the next level. Doing some dirty work, doing what them big guys supposed to do.
And when you think about it, when you're having those counter runs, who's your lead blocker in the counter runs? When you're pulling the guard and the tackle, it's your guard that's getting there first.
Yep.
So good call for, again, Sean Perkins there, and the freshman with one of your difference makers, Gavin Mason. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be looking at some scores from around the district and area coming up. This is the Buffalo Halftime Show as McAlester leads 35-14 over the Durant Lions. Brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry, where they have quality-made jewelry and watch. Welcome back to the Buffalo Halftime Show, brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry. They have ring sizing and chain repair, and also a large selection to choose from. It's now time for your scoreboard update, brought to you by A Little Cab of McAlester. They're open Monday through Sunday, 24 hours a day. When you need to be on time, call A Little Cab of McAlester every time, 918-470-2422. Brandon Green along with Phillip Jewell, Nate Brown sideline. We have our scoreboard update. Phillip, let's go right through them.
The Sepulpa Chieftains were up on the Memorial Chargers 42-7 in the second quarter. The Tigers of Coweta were up 31-0 on the East Central Cardinals. The Eagles were up on the Warriors 27-0 at the half.
Going into our local teams. Now, some teams playing tomorrow, some teams playing today.
The Savages traveling to Dewar to take on the Dragons, 46-6 Dewar.
I think Dewar could be a state championship title contender.
I agree. And you had the Ironheads of Eufaula going to Valiant, and they were up 28-0 in the second quarter. Idabel Warriors, who you said could win the district, they're up 42-0 on the Antlers Bearcats at the half.
They're my favorite, and I love Eufaula. Rooting for Eufaula because they're a local team. I think Idabel, in my opinion, the best team in that district.
Hey, they're proving it tonight. Right now, the Huebner Wolves in the second quarter up on the Diggers 28-6. And Tishomingo Mill Creek, the last update I could see, they were up 6-0 on the Colgate Wildcats in the second quarter.
So what teams are playing tomorrow?
Tomorrow night, you have the Savannah Bulldogs traveling to the Allen Mustangs, the Canadian Cougars traveling to the Porter Pirates, the Hartshorn Miners and the Conowall Tigers playing tomorrow. And lastly, the Kingston Redskins and the Holdenville Wolverines squaring off tomorrow night in Holdenville.
All right, that's your scoreboard update brought to you by Little Cab McAlester. This is the Buffalo Halftime Show, and that is brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry, where they have free jewelry inspections and friendly service. We'll have stats and keys to the second half coming up when we return. Welcome back to the Buffalo Halftime Show, brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry. They have layaway now for Christmas coming soon. Citizen watches as well. Again, Buffalo's lead 35-14 at the half against the Durant Lions. McAlester not stopped by anyone but the clock in the second quarter. They have scored on every drive where they have not had the end of the half come up on them. The Durant Lions have scored on half of their drives. They did have a drive that could have been possible on a return, fumbled on the kickoff return, gave the Buffaloes a chance to score at the end of the second quarter, but also that's a big task to ask with 15 seconds and the ball at the 29, 39-yard line, wherever it was. But again, we do have our stats from the best in the business. Stats Larry Barnett. If you ever see him, he's a McAlester legend. Let him know he does a fantastic job because he truly is the best at what he does. Fellas, do we want to start with McAlester or do we want to begin with Durant?
Let's start with the visitor tonight.
All right, starting off with the Lions. Really, it's been, as I'm looking at this, 4 people that have touched the ball other than the center. So with the run game, it has been Cole Robbins. He has ran the ball 4 times for 11 yards. The quarterback, Saxon, has ran the ball 4 times for 3 yards, so that's 14 yards rushing on 8 attempts for 1.8 yards a rush. Passing the ball, Robbins has only thrown 1 pass. It was incomplete. Saxon has completed every pass but 1. He is 5 for 6 for 50 yards and 2 touchdowns. He has thrown to Caden Mims twice. Those are 2 catches for, looks like 28 yards and a 23-yard score. And Ryder Jones had 1 touchdown coming in tonight, only 84 yards receiving. He has had 27 yards tonight alone. Excuse me, to make that 23 yards alone and 1 touchdown as well. There have been 4 penalties on the Lions for a total of, looks like 35 yards. Only 64 yards by the Lions in the first half, yet they are still in the game. They get the ball to begin the second half, down by 3 scores. 1.8 yards a rush, 7 yards a pass, 4.3 yards a play. Now let's go over to your McAlester Buffaloes. Ethan Watkins already having a career night. He had 3 touchdowns, which was a career high last week. He has already matched that in 1 half of play against the Lions. Tonight, 10 carries for 96 yards and 3 touchdowns. Caden Lustnow has had 8 carries for 47 yards and a touchdown on the sneak. Drayton Pouncil has had 31 yards, but every one of them, I feel like he's had a lion on his back on 5 carries. Stephen Grack has had 2 carries for 13 yards. Jordan Clark, 2 carries for 6 yards. Les now, he is slinging the rock right now. He has only had 2 incomplete passes. He is 11 for 13 for 168 yards and a touchdown strike to Carter Lance. Speaking about Lance, he already has 4 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown. Looking at his career high, he's getting kind of close to it. 84 yards against Memorial earlier this year was his career high. Malachi Rice has had a catch for 10. You've had Jordan Clark a catch for 8. Eli Chapman, 3 receptions for 53 yards, which I believe is a career high for him. He's almost had more yards in this game than he's had the first 7 weeks combined. He had 56 yards receiving coming into tonight. Jackson Lauerman has had 2 catches for 26 yards, and Braden Bumpus has had a 5-yard reception. Once again, it's penalties by McAlester that has been a little bit of a deterrence. Again, 1 led to a touchdown and a drive, and they already have 8 tonight. They have had 10 or more penalties on them in 4 out of the last 5 games, and they're looking like they're on their way for 5 out of the last 6. They have given the Lions 25, 30, 35, 45, 50, 55, 65 yards of penalties. To put that into perspective, the Lions have 64 yards of offense. McAlester has had 65 yards of penalties so far in the first half. But the good news, though, let's look at McAlester when it comes to their offense. 361 yards of offense for the Buffaloes in the first half. That might be a new high under head coach Forrest Mazie. His highest total is somewhere in the low 600s, but I don't think he's had 368 in one half before, 361 rather. 193 on the ground on 27 attempts for 7 yards a carry. 168 through the air on 13 pass attempts for 13 yards a pass. They have averaged 9 yards a play. So, Phillip, as we go to the second half, where, again, the Lions are going to get the ball to begin the second half, what keys do you have for McAlester to try to finish this one out and get into the driver's seat to make it back to the playoffs?
Hey, you got your foot right now on their throat. Come out defensively. Make a stand. You want to come out. You want to hit them in the mouth, get that football back, and go score. And just look at the Lions and say, we're in control here. This is our field. This is our destiny. We're in the driver's seat. And just really just stay violent. Keep your head on straight, because you don't want to – if you mess up a player, a couple times and Durant starts creeping back in it, you don't want your emotions to get the best of you, because you got to get through this one, and you still got 2 more big ones coming down the road. Mm-hmm. So just stay disciplined, keep a good head on your shoulders, and just stay violent in the trenches and violent whenever we're run blocking and also coming downhill making plays. Again,
the Buffaloes have been a team of halves. Usually they've had one really good half and then one really bad half, or they start off really bad and then become really good near the second half. This is what I want to see, and I don't usually add on to your keys to the second half. Duplicate what you did in the first half or be kind of close. Play your first game of 4 full quarters of your best ball, because right now that was the best 2 quarters of play McAlester has had all season long. They've answered the call. They've got to finish that call and then press the red button at the bottom of your iPhone. So McAlester, again, is leading 35-14. Again, Durant to get the ball to begin the second half. We will be back in about 2 minutes here on KNED.
Get ready for a winning combination this football season. Just as your team brings the heat on the field, our HVAC experts bring you unbeatable comfort at home. Touchdown with us for reliable HVAC solutions. Score big with our exclusive installation offer using keyword football. Call now and let us keep you in the game. Don't despair. Call Freeze and Flare at 918-424-7135. We are licensed, bonded, and insured.
At Compass Capital Management, our unique process, the Life Plan Solution, will be the guide to you reaching your retirement goals and realizing your dreams. Go to compasscapitalmgt.com. Registered principal securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Jimmy J. Williams is an investment advisor representative of Compass Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Compass Capital Management, LLC are not affiliated. 321 South 3rd, Suite 4, McAlester, Oklahoma, 74501.
For a clean, comfortable room at a great price, it's Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester, both locally owned and operated. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of the 2023 football season. Wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, Think Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
All right, strap in, folks. The next 24 minutes might decide if it's the Buffaloes or the Lions advancing to Week 11. Again, neither team is technically knocked out of the playoffs, but you put yourself behind the 8 ball and at the mercy of other teams in 5A3. Whoever wins tonight still controls their own destiny. Buffaloes lead 35-14. They've created a pretty good cushion for themselves, but they don't want to let off the gas. They'll be kicking off to the Durant Lions to begin the second half. And as Phillip mentioned, it is such a pivotal drive to begin the second half. Durant has scored on the last 2 drives that they've actually been able to start after going 3 and out in their first 2. How does McAlester respond out of the locker room when they've been a tale of 2 halves team so far this season? We're about to find out. Kickoff brought to you by Jet Tire Service. For great deals on Michelin, Uniroyal, Kinda, and Cooper tires for your car, truck, or SUV. See Jet Tire Service in McAlester. Serving Southeast Oklahoma since 1962. Don't fret, jettire.net. As we have Mr. Jacobson in the studio with us here today. The press box. Congratulations on the game ball. Again, Brandon Green along with Phillip Jewell Jr., Nate Brown sideline, as we're about ready for the beginning of the second half. Ball placed on the far hash on the 40-yard line. Greer to kick it away. Durant will be moving it right to left across your radio dials and on your screens. McAlester when they have the ball left to right here in the third quarter. Here's the boot, and we're underway. End over end, short kick. That'll be taken in stride at the 35-yard line. Down the middle of the field, again, another possible big return down to the McAlester 44-yard line. Special teams has been key for the Durant Lions, and once again, they'll start this drive on the Buffalo side of the 50-yard line, down to the 44. You can see that Greer's trying to get it even closer to where his guys can get down there quickly and make a tackle, but the Lions have just eaten the Buffaloes up when it comes to special teams kickoff returns. So already you're about 5 to 10 yards away from making this 3-down territory in the first place. Saxon with Robbins to his right. Buffaloes did well in the run game, defending it, trying to do the same with the passing. They're going to go start off with an option. Saxon getting around the corner. One man to try to beat him looks like Jackson Lauerman, and he makes a great tackle after a gain of only 1. Or was that Lauerman or was that?
That was Lauerman.
Jackson Lauerman with a great tackle for a gain of only 1. If he gets around Lauerman, Saxon might take that to the end zone. But instead, only a gain of 1 on the option that turned into a lead blocker there for Robbins. 2nd down and 9.
Drayden Pouncil pushing that blocker into the backfield, making Saxon slide up behind him and allow Lauerman to clean it up. Good play there.
So Lauerman starting the second half playing cornerback here. Back to pass, passing right, slipping and falling, but Mims getting the catch on Chapman for a gain of about 5. That brings up 3rd down and short on the way. 3rd and about 3 as he gets to the Buffalo 37. It was Chapman that pushed him out of bounds along the far sideline. So 3rd and 3 officially, as it's the opening drive of the second half. Durant with the ball already in McAlester territory. McAlester pressing again on the receivers. H-back tight end right. Robbins on the left side of Saxon. Snap, handoff. It's not Robbins, it's Menard, and I don't think he got the first down. He got to the 35 and was pushed backwards. 4th down and 1 coming up.
Malachi Rice kind of got confused. He went right upfield, realized that the running back wasn't back there. He had to make up for it. Luckily, the whole herd of Buffaloes behind him was able to make that play.
So they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 1 from the 35 of McAlester. Under center goes Robbins. Snap, right side, Robbins pushed backwards. He didn't get it. The Buffaloes hold strong on 4th and 1. That's a 4 and out to start the second half by the Buffalo defense, and they answered your call, Mr. Jewell. That's how you start a third quarter.
And now, right here, the Buffalo offense goes score, and You want to go score right now. You got this momentum. The Lions, they thought that they were going to have a good little drive, got the ball on your side of the field. Now you go score, and you can start to put this one to bed on a Thursday night here in MacTown.
35-14. Maybe enjoy your fall break a little early if you can get this score. 10:33 left to go in the third quarter. McAlester trying to create that separation again. Their largest lead has been 21 when they scored the first 21 points of the game. 2 receivers to each side. It's going to be Watkins on the right side of Lesnow. Durant showing blitz. Rolling out right. This is a busted play. Lesnow looking downfield, going to toss it anyway. It's picked off. Bad throw. And it's Leday that makes the catch on right at the 50-yard line. That was a bad play from the very beginning, because a man moved in motion as the ball was being snapped to go behind Caden Lesnow. Lesnow threw it to a covered Jackson Lauerman. And one play later, after the defense did fantastic work, the Buffaloes, with only the third incomplete pass for Lesnow today, finds itself into the arms of Braylon Leday, who has been the difference maker for the Lions so far. Ball at the 49-yard line again on McAlster's side of the 50. So the first time that they get the ball, not with 15 seconds left in the quarter, to be able to not score. Rolling right, Saxon dumps it down. It's going to bounce into Davis for an incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Buffalo defensive front right there. They just kind of slammed the gaps. Guy was getting in the backfield. Saxon moving. He threw it off of his back foot, trying to go with that dump to the outside. Had a little outside route and had a little out route. Threw it off his back foot, and it just kind of dumped on him.
He was looking for Shajon Davis in the flat. 2nd down and 10 from the Buffalo 49. It'll be trips right. Robbins on the right side of Saxon. Again, Saxon can hum it deep, so watch out for Mims. He's his go-to target on deep plays. Rolling out right. Still could pass. He does dump it off into the flat. Caught, and a tackle around the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1. And here comes a late flag all the way from the white hat. Threw it into the sideline. And we're going to have a late hit coming in on the Buffaloes. The 9th penalty on the Buffaloes so far tonight. And instead of 3rd down and 9 coming up, you give them a 1st down.
It's undisciplined football
right there. Yeah, we talk about that a lot. He's already going out of bounds, and the Buffaloes with another late push. Again, kudos to the officiating crew. They did it when Durant did the same thing to Lesnow earlier in the first half. Buffaloes did it back over to the Lions. They know that despite McAllister's significant lead in the series, there is bad blood between these two teams. You see it in every sport, baseball, basketball, football. Two teams normally don't like each other, and with the playoff spot in the line and within all this, it just adds to the fire. So instead of 3rd and 9, it's 1st down and 10 for the Lions at the 34-yard line. Last time the Buffaloes had a similar penalty, which was a face mask, it ended up leading to a Lion touchdown. They actually put it all the way down to the 32 now. So they moved the Lions up a couple of extra yards here. Ball in the far hash, trips left again. Buffalo's trying to cut down the penalties, already 9 tonight. Snap, handoff, up the middle. What a stop! Coming off that right side, we had Malachi Rice that shed off his blocker along the left side of the line, and also linebacker. Is that Will Spears or Pfeiffer Mitchell? Looked like Pfeiffer Mitchell ended up meeting the running back. Looks like that was Menard.
Yeah, great.
No gain.
Great play there by Malachi Rice. He just took that left tackle, threw him straight to the ground, got it, and just clogged up that lane where that running back was going to be. Great play there. Pfeiffer Mitchell coming downhill, helping him clean it up.
You can tell Durant trying to set up the pass with the run, but they're just not getting anything right now. They'll be back to pass, looking right, caught, far sideline. Again, a good gain of 7. Also a good move by Saxon. He looked to the left, quick hip turn to the right, and found number 30, Caden Mims. And that brings up 3rd down and 3 on the way as they get it to the 25. Got to get to the 22.
Yeah, great play there. Cornerback, he's just in that soft coverage, getting kind of downfield, and they're just going to run that little hitch route, set it up about 6-7 yards down the field. Good play there by the Lions.
And they know that, and this time we're actually going to have Chapman pressing Mims. This might be a time for a deep shot. Saxon gets the ball, will keep it himself right side. He's tackled left and tackled down shy of the marker. I don't think he got anything on the carry. We're going to have 4th down and 3 coming up.
He lost a yard.
Yeah, move him right between the 26 and the 25. We might have another 4th down attempt coming up. Lions coming into tonight, 58% on 4th down. The Buffalo defense, 42%. They're 0 for 1 tonight on 4th down. They'll do it again, because from here it would have been a 42-yard field goal. Trips left, single receiver far side, 4th and 3. Can't get Buffaloes to jump off sides, but they're showing blitz. Bumpus on the right side. He comes in. Here's the pass. One-on-one down the far sideline. It is tipped. Incomplete again. The Buffaloes hold on 4th down. I think it might have even been dropped. And Mims goes down into the end zone and says, man, I had that. He had a step, just a step on Eli Chapman. But he couldn't haul it in, and the Buffaloes can wipe the sweat off their brows again. The interception does not turn into points for the Lions. And we'll see what they do here as they take over at their own 26-yard line. 8:49 remaining in the third quarter. Lions are down to the Buffaloes 35-14. So after offense galore in the first half, it has been 4 and out. It has been interception, and then another 4th down stop by the Buffalo defense.
Yeah, that previous play right there, Brandon, if Eli Chapman turns around, he probably intercepts the ball. He was just going step for step with him, never turned around. Just a drop right there in the end zone by Mims.
Snap, handoff, Drayton Pouncil right side, following his blockers. Look at him go to the 40-yard line, shedding off Lions all the way to the 46-yard line. And that will move the chains for the Buffaloes. Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties brings you this first down. When you're looking to sell your ranch, timber, recreational land, or a rural home, we'll get to him in just a moment. I think they're going to do the same play again, right side. Pouncil up the middle of the field, past the 45 into Lion territory to the 44. I think he has another first down on a gain of 10. Again, that's Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties, 918-284-1233. Look at him to do it again. They'll do the same play here, I bet you. On the left side of Les now, Pouncil stands. Here's the snap, and they do it again. They grab the face mask, but no tug, and they're not going to throw the flag. It's a loss of about, well, they didn't give him the first down. They said he was a yard shy. So now instead of first down, that would have been 2nd down and 4, it's 3rd down and 5. The VAR judge had that at the first down marker. I thought he had the line of gain, but on 2nd down and 1, that's a loss of 4. 3rd down and 5 coming up.
And I want to give credit right there. Gavin Mason, again, the guards doing the dirty work, running that counter play, helping Drayton Pouncil find that green grass.
So dozer package. So far, McAlester has had some success in it. Can they continue to do so here in the third quarter? Snap is low. Watkins has it right side. Goes through his blockers and finds some moonlight. Down to the 30, inside the 30. First down, McAlester. Watkins is playing like a man possessed tonight. And I'm looking at Coach Barr and Coach Mazey. He says, keep running it. Keep up the pressure. They're going to go dozer again, and we might have a stoppage, and we do. Durant has to burn a timeout here in the third quarter. 7:21 remaining in it. Buffaloes lead 35-14 on.
Type really, really fast while bucking the cat with your other hand.
What are you doing?
And done. Vault secure.
Vault?
In the month of October, when customers test drive a vehicle, they get to create a code to try to crack the vault and win $44,000.
That's $1,000 for every year we've been in business.
That's a great way to celebrate Fenton Nissan's 44th anniversary.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
So the McAlester Buffaloes have to force the Durant Lions to burn a timeout here in the third quarter because they were running tempo for the first time tonight, and it's been the same play over and over and over again. Coach Vargas saw it happening and said, we got to get our guys a breather. Call timeout, 7:21 left to go in the third quarter. Buffaloes are driving again on the Durant Lions, 35-14. And instead of going dozer like they were originally going to do, they bring out the traditional spread offense that they like to run out of. It's Bumpus and Chapman on the far side. Carter Lance and Jackson Lauerman over here on the near. Watkins on the right side of Les now. First down and 10 from the Lion 28-yard line. Snap, handoff. Watkins weaving through Lions all the way down to the 22. Gain of about 7. Second down and 3 coming up.
And again, right there, they just running that, just going a counter play right there. That time it was the left guard, the right tackle actually. That's number 63, Creed Tribby, getting the pull. Good play there.
Same play. Watkins left side, looking to just bully his way towards the red zone. He gets into that red zone. I think he's about a yard shy of the first down marker, though. Violent run by Watkins. That's the McAlester Clothing Consignment red zone, accepts consignments Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, and offers a 50-50 split. So 3rd and 1 coming up from the 19 of Durant. They're going to once again hurry up to the line. Under center, Les now. Snap. Going to pop pass it over the middle. It's caught by Malachi Rice into the end zone. Touchdown, McAlester. What a time to go for the peek over the middle to the big man, Rice. 6:28 remaining in the third quarter. Buffaloes lead the Lions 41-14. And Greer on to attempt the PAT. Buffaloes with officially their largest lead of the night. They're up by 27. Here's the snap, hold, kick is up, and make that 28. 42-14, McAlester leads the Lions. 6:28 remaining in the third quarter here on K.
Well, the holiday season is here, and at Vickers Furniture, it's Black Friday from now until the end of November. And be sure to keep an eye out for our private letter sale, where you'll get up to 20% off all furniture in stock. Plus, we're closing out all our mattresses. They start at just $298. Vickers Furniture offers interest-free financing for qualified customers. Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Buffaloes have been a well-oiled machine on offense. They have started off the second half just like they finished the first half, in control. 42-14, trying to get the ball back as they will kick it off to the Lions. We'll have a drive summary for you after this kick. Again, you got to be able to win special teams. Here's another kick over to the near side. Davis will grab it at his own 23. Buffaloes try to defend well, and again, it's another gap down the near sideline. Into McAlester territory and tackled down at the 43. How much practice do you think the Buffaloes are going to have on special teams this upcoming week? Probably a lot. Another drive starting in McAlester territory as Davis works his way to the near sideline to the McAlester 43, not making it easier on the defense. Phillip, we have a drive summary for the Buffaloes.
That was a 7-play, 74-yard touchdown drive that spanned 2 minutes, 21 seconds off the clock. Capped off with a 19-yard touchdown pass from senior Caden Lesnow to senior Malachi Rice. The point-after attempt was successful. That is your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love our McAlester Buffaloes.
Snap, keeper, Saxon right side. Saxon in the backfield, planted! It's Owen Russell burying Saxon 6 feet under Hook Hill Stadium, First National Field. Loss of 2. Second down and 12. Great play by Mr. Owen Russell.
You can see that defensive coordinator, Kevin Harmon. He's fired his defense up right now, and they're coming after him.
Saxon on 2nd and 12, back to pass, looking right, caught by Mims. Mims gets around a block to the 40-yard line, tackle down inside the 40. As he gets those yards back and then some, we're going to have third down and about 4 or 5 coming up here. 5:36 left to go in the third.
Great play design right there. They just go with that screen play on the outside, little jail route, get the block in downfield. Mims catches it. He's a big body already, tough to bring down. Great play call right there by the Lions. Great play by the Buffaloes to be able to get that back.
A lot of hats flying to the football there in that play. Third down and 5 from the Buffalo 38. Man out in motions, Robbins. Back to pass Saxon. Saxon over the middle, and he missed his man. That's incomplete. And with 5:08 remaining in the third quarter, you're down by 28. You got to go for it here, you think.
Does Saxon pitch when it comes to baseball season?
I can't remember, actually.
Because that was a heater.
He's got a great arm. Saxon is obviously an awesome athlete.
Yes.
A very good player for the Durant Lions. Throwing for now about 1,000 yards on the season. And they'll go for it here on 4th and 5. Can the Buffaloes once again force the Lions to turn it over on downs? 2 receivers left. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Saxon going for the deep ball. Up against Mims. It is not loose. Eli Chapman played it about as perfectly as you could. And that is the third turnover on downs on the Lion offense here in the second half. And that might be the best defended ball by a Buffalo secondary player this season.
Absolutely. Eli Chapman put himself in great position, It wasn't a pass interference, and he made perfect contact as soon as the ball got there. Hand, ball, beautiful play there, Eli Chapman. You couldn't even draw it up. You couldn't draw it up to explain it better than that. Great play there. Sorry about that. Great awareness by the senior, Eli Chapman. That was the quote-unquote French kiss from 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago I called Chef's Kiss French kiss over there in Coweta, Oklahoma. But yeah, that is the Chef's kiss. McAlester will start this drive at their own 38, once again trying to impose their will. They got too many men on the field right now as Bumpus has to run off. 2 receivers each side. Les now, the snap. Will reverse it. We got a trick play here. Are they going to try to pass it? Who's got the ball right now? That looks like Kason Washington Maisie. Going to tuck it and run to the 45-yard line and out of bounds there. Well, it was nearly a disastrous play as it went a handoff and then a toss back to Kason Washington Maisie. And it looked like he was going to pass it at first. Durant read it well in the secondary, but a better, higher football IQ play by Kason to get it and tuck it and take his yards and get to the 45. That's a gain of 8. No, sorry, 7.
Yeah, he's just a sophomore, and to be able to have the whereabouts right there to just know, okay, it's not there, I'm not going to force it. Great play there by Washington Maisie.
With the hard count, they don't bite. Jordan Clark on the left side of Les now. Jacobson and Rice on the right side. It's Jacobson, the H-back, Rice, the tight end. 2 receivers left. Snap, 2nd down and 3. Handoff, Clark. Good play by, I believe that's Avalan of the Lions. I think we might have even a loss here on the carry. It was number 58, again, Axel Thurman.
And number 58, Axel Thurman.
So no gain on the carry. Brings up 3rd down and 3 from their own 45-yard line. Clock keeps on ticking. 4:30 remaining here in the third quarter. Buffalo's leading 42-14.
Sugar rush right here.
See if they can get it done on 3rd and 3. The snap, right side, Les now finds daylight and past the 50-yard line again. Man, they're finding a lot of daylight here for, what is it, 8:54 on a Thursday night. That's a first down all the way to the Durant 42-yard line as he's just following his blockers. This has been one of the best performances by his line so far this year. And they'll do it again under center, and we'll have another timeout called. It's going to be a Durant timeout, their second one of the second half. They have one left, 4:03 remaining. Here in the third quarter, again, Buffalo's lead big, 42-14.
It's football season, and Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make you a deal. Check it out. The new 23 Ram Crew Cab Lone Star Bighorn has $4,000 cash back or 0% financing for 72 months. And right now, most Jeep models in stock are 10% below the sticker price. The same goes for the classic Ram 1500 half-ton pickup. It's also 10% off sticker. Go by Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram for details. We're on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall.
.403 remaining in the third quarter. Buffaloes lead 42-14 over the Durant Lions. And the job's not finished yet, but through 3.5 quarters, the Buffaloes have played their best game of the season considering their opponent. They knew that this was a pivotal, must-win game to get back into the playoffs. And look at the score, 42-14.
Whoa. Calm down there, Kobe. Job's not finished. Rest in peace, Mamba. But, yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right, you know. And I want to talk real quick about the speed of this Buffalo team. The Lions are having to sub, and the Buffaloes aren't subbing, so they don't have to allow them to. So they're switching guys defensively, and they have now burned 2 timeouts of their 3 here in the third quarter.
And if the Lions are to come back from 28 down, those timeouts are so important, especially late in the game. So for you to force them to burn 2 timeouts just in the third quarter, just a little over halfway through the third quarter, great work by the coaching staff here by the Buffaloes. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Looks like tight end on the right side. No, excuse me, make that left. It's hard to tell when Zach Rogers is on the left. He moves to the right. Now in motion, Jackson Lowerman. Low snap, handoff. Looks to be, who is that? Is it Drayton Pouncil again to the 25-yard line? 1 man to beat. He breaks the tackle of Ryder Jones and down to the 10. That boy just doesn't go down. Drayton Pouncil inside the 10 down to the 9. He's running like a man possessed. Drayton Pouncil had a great game last week, and he is just the bulldozer of the running back that the Buffaloes have been looking for the first 8 games. He's a bruiser. into the McAlester Clothing Consignment red zone. They break the huddle. Pouncil will stand on the left side of Les now. 2 receivers right. They'll load the line again. Once again, it'll be Rogers to move to the left side of the line, and Pouncil to the right of Les now. In motion is Lance. Snap, handoff, Pouncil again. He's got nothing but green turf into the north end zone. Buffaloes go up 48-14 on the team just north of the Red River. It might have taken them a little while to be able to find their footing. And like I said, we've got another full quarter to go. But like I said, the Buffaloes said, it's me. Hi. I'm the problem on this Durant defense. It's me. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. Durant has been able to force McAlester into some tough situations, but credit to this McAlester offense where it is due. They have answered the call. I cannot say it enough. And they lead big over the Lions, 49-14, and we still have 15 minutes to play here.
McAlester Pepsi is family owned and operated for more than 80 years. We take great pride in what we do. McAlester Pepsi supports local athletes, schools, churches, and community events for generations. Our legacy continues with you. Whether we're talking about faith, family, friends, or football, we are honored to be your total beverage provider. From our family to yours, life is just better with Pepsi. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com.
Welcome back to the house that Hook built. 3:18 remaining in the third quarter. 49-14, the McAlester Buffaloes are leading the Durant Lions in what has been a fantastic, phenomenal, whatever adjective, adverb that you can use. The Buffaloes have, usually when you see some of our own fans leaving a little bit early, it's because it's not a great performance. They're like, we put this one to bed. But still, again, the Durant Lions are a explosive team, especially in special teams, as it'll be this time Ryder Jones, for the first time in what feels like a long time, the Buffalo special teams unit is able to tackle them shy of the 40-yard line. So making some strides there in that kickoff return. Buffaloes tackle Jones at the 38-yard line, and they'll make that 37 at their own 37 to start this next drive. 3:12 left to go in the third. Phillip, we have a drive summary for the Buffs.
That was a 5-play, 62-yard touchdown drive. It took 1 minute and 44 seconds off of the clock. The point after was successful. It was capped off with a 9-yard touchdown run by Drayton Pouncil. That's your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love their McAlester Buffaloes.
2 receivers right, H-back tight end right. Here's a snap, handoff. Robbins, nowhere to go! And coming up with the tackle, is that Zach Rogers? Yes, it is. Zach Rogers has been playing a lot more two-way football this year than he's done for the last 2 years that he's been playing for McAlester. Left tackle, tight end, and defensive end, and that time makes a tackle for a loss. And that's not just a loss of 1, that's a loss of 3. 2nd and 13 coming up. The Buffaloes have to completely shut down the run game.
The big man making some noise right now here this year. And he's going to be turning some heads coming tomorrow morning. People start getting a hold of this game film.
2nd down and 13 from inside the 35. Saxon with 2 receivers right, 1 left. He's back to pass, looking right. Quick pass caught. Mims tries to go in the middle of the field, and he's sandwiched. The helmet comes flying off. Got to stop the play. Stop the play. There we go. As soon as you saw the red helmet of Mims pop off, the officials blowing the whistle. It's hard to when you have two teams going 100% at each other. They stopped quickly, so there's no injury there. But once you see the helmet popped off and the play is still going on, you got to blow it dead. You don't want any injury up to the head or neck area, especially when it's exposed. Good job by the officiating crew. That's a gain of about 5 to bring up 3rd down and 8. But what's important, Mims is okay, by the way. Yeah. He's not on the field here on 3rd and long. This might be really huge because he had to come off the field due to his helmet flying off. Here's the snap. Saxon looking left, passing left. It's caught. He breaks a tackle, but not the next one. In to finish the job, Carter Lance at the 45, 2 yards shy of the first down marker. We have 4th down and 2 coming up. And again, when you're down by the margin that the Lions are, it's every down or every series seems like it's 4-down territory.
Absolutely. If you don't get it right here, Buffaloes, they're just going to try to put this one even more to bed. Right now, defense is just playing lights out again. They did the same thing last week against East Central. Came out, turn that switch, pitch the second half shutout. I know we're still a ways away, but they're on their way right now.
Menard on the left side of Saxon, 2 receivers right. We saw there's a flinch over there there should have been a false start here. Here's a snap. It'll be a keeper by Saxon. Saxon has got to go a long way to the far side. There's no way he's getting the first down. He's ran out of bounds for a loss of about 3. The Buffaloes defended that about as well as you could. It has been a complete game by the Buffaloes. Trying to do math here about 34 minutes in. That'll put the ball at the 42-yard line on the left hash. And a reminder that the Lions were a touchdown away from tying it up with the Queta Tigers last week. The Tigers that beat your Buffaloes just a few weeks ago. This has been a turnaround game for McAlester, and they have looked unstoppable. Trips right. They'll start this drive in Durant territory at the 42. Snap, rolling right, back to pass left now. Finds a man, quickly hit. Braden Bumpus on the catch. Braylon Leday, can't say enough about this kid either. He has been all over the place, the senior for the Durant Lions. He's grabbed a pick, had a big return down to the 5. Makes that tackle as soon as Bumpus was able to get his hands on it, but still a gain of 8 to bring up 2nd down and 2 from the 34. And Pfeiffer Mitchell coming in to be an H-back.
No, Pfeiffer Mitchell's coming in to be left tackle. Zach Rogers had to leave the game.
He lose his helmet?
No, I think it was blood or something. He's looking for somebody to be able to wrap him up.
He's not hurt, but he has to come off the field for the meantime. So Pfeiffer Mitchell, the backup left tackle. Snap, handoff. I believe this is Stephen Gregg looking for the hole. Had to come to a near complete stop and got folded. His lower half went one way and his upper half went the other. And that's why you heard Phillip go, ooh. Gain of maybe 1 to bring up 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, anytime.
3rd down and 1.
Anytime you see an athlete get twisted around like that, all you hope for is no injuries. Stephen Gregg, he was able to get up. But that one, it looked scary.
Yeah, it looked scary, but it's like, it doesn't bother me none. He just shrugged it off his shoulder.
Stretch Armstrong, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody with 4s up in the air. We begin the 4th quarter here in just about a minute. Buffaloes lead 49-14 over the Durant Lions. We'll be back as you put those 4s up in the air as well, Buffalo fans, here on KE.
The 12th annual Buck Wilson Big Buck Contest is underway. The deer, they're everywhere. And if one gets in the way of your moving vehicle, well, Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop can fix it. And don't forget to register for your chance to win cash and prizes during the Buck Wilson Big Buck Contest. We're located at 103 Oklahoma Avenue in McAlester. Call 918-423-3161. That's 423-3161.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Waffler's Freedom Ford with some exciting news. We have purchased Eufaula Ford in the beautiful town of Eufaula. Now with 2 locations, we have a better selection of new vehicles in stock and coming in. Plus more pre-owned and service, all to better serve you. We are so thankful for this opportunity and hope you'll join us at Sam Waffler's Freedom Ford of McAlester and Eufaula. Come on in and let us make it happen for you.
Buffalo start the 4th quarter out of the dozer package at the Lion 33, up big 49-14 on 3rd and 1. Watkins has the ball and a full head of steam, just running over Lions like he's Simba, the Lion King, down to the 21. Jiminy Christmas, Ethan Watkins. That's a violent run all the way down to the 21, and that'll move the chains for the Buffaloes. That first down brought to you by Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties. When you're looking to sell your ranch, timber, recreational land, or a rural home, call 918-284-1233.
And ladies and gentlemen, with that conversion, the exodus has now been made, and now the JV guys, the Buffaloes that we will see tomorrow and for games on, are now making their debut here in front of the fans of the Hook.
And as they switch out personnel, Buffaloes will have to call a timeout. We'll take it. 60 seconds, and we'll be back here.
Vickers Power Sports reminds you that hunting season is not far off. And right now at Vickers Power Sports, you can get in a brand new Can-Am Defender at fall discount pricing. Vickers has every style and color of Can-Am Defender you can think of. Not only that, they also have every hunting accessory you can think of. Drop by Vickers Power Sports today at 1904 South Main in McAlester, or go to vickerspowersports.com, or call us at 918-423-3306.
We'll get to Integrity Portable Buildings here in just a moment. We had to cut that commercial a little bit soon if you're listening on radio because we had the Buffaloes break the huddle about 30 seconds early. So it's Case and Washington Maisie, the quarterback, Stephen Gregg, the running back, left side. Washington Maisie gets the ball and rolls out left looking to pass. Goes for the end zone one-on-one. It is picked off in the end zone, it looks like. Looked like the line came down with it, and it is a touchback after an interception. Coming up with the pick, number 20, that's Bo St. Clair, the senior for the Lions, and that will bring the ball back out to the 20-yard line. Between NFL, college, and high school, I got to remind myself of which yard line we go to. So the second forced turnover by the Durant Lions, second interception as well, gives them the ball as they trail 49-14, 11-16 left to go in quarter number 4. So the ball will be put right between the hash marks. Now, for the most part, a lot of the starting defense is still staying in. I see Zach Rogers on the left end. Brandon Smith has come onto the field as well. Man in motion, here's the snap. Handoff, Robbins. Robbins trying to find a gap. Nothing there, but he stays on his feet for the moment before Malachi Rice comes and helps finish the job. Also down to make the tackle. Saw Will Spears there. Jaden Shumway. Just a bunch of different Buffalo in the area. Gain of 2, second down and 8 from the Lion 22.
Yeah, great play there by the Buffalo defense. They're just clogging up every running lane, also taking away the passing game. Great play. This is exactly what you wanted to do.
Second down and 8. Saxon rolls left, looking deep, going left side, overthrown. Into double coverage, too. But also a high IQ play there by Saxon. He was looking for Leday. I think when he saw Leday was double covered and there's really no other play there, throw it to where no one can get it and just bring up third down and 8 instead of, if that would have been picked, an easy pick 6.
Yeah, great play there. He was being chased as well, and he just was able to fling that one. Just good play defensively as well. Double cover. They got that coverage there on Leday, which was going to make it extremely hard for him to get it in. Buffalo defense, another great play.
So third and 8, Mims on the field, far side, covered up by Chapman. Snap. They're going to go to Mims on the little slant. Goes back left side, has to get around Chapman. He's played a great game. The ball came out, but after Mims hit the ground, and I'll bring up fourth down and 2. As it was one-on-one, if he gets by Chapman, it's a long touchdown. This secondary's been getting better and better each week. And Chapman, he might have had a touchdown scored on him today, but he has played great against their number 1 target.
Yeah, great play there. They went with that little soft coverage instead of pressing them because you could have got burnt there. They made up for it, used his speed, used his physicality and athleticism. That's a 6-yard pass and catch and run, and they're going to use their last timeout.
Last timeout with 10 minutes left to go in the game. Buffaloes lead 49-14. Again, we'll be back in 30.
Integrity Portable Buildings and Steel Structures is your place to buy your next cabin, barn, shed, studio home, carport, RV cover, garage, playset, and more. They have many different displays on the lot, and you can rent to own and no credit checks. They're locally owned and operated and serve all of Southeast Oklahoma with integrity. Open 6 days a week at 1407 South Georgia Expressway, next to the Stockyards in McAlester. Call them at 918-558-8205.
Also our corporate sponsors tonight: Paseos Fitness, Freeze and Flare Heating and Air, MJ Lawn and
If you were at Hook Hill Stadium right now, you'd be looking at the scoreboard, and by yards and on the score, it's been total domination. Buffaloes with nearly 570 yards of offense. The Lions 3 feet away from eclipsing the 100-yard mark. They have fourth down and 2 coming up. Buffaloes are leading 49-14. 10 minutes exactly left in the game, and they decide to punt it. But there's no one back deep to return for McAlester. Could be a fake here on 4th and 1, especially when your team's down as much as they are. Now Watkins will be the lone return man, but they're still expecting a possible fake. And the Lions burned a timeout to do this, but they're still going to punt it away. Sideways kick, and it will bounce out of bounds just past the Buffalo 45-yard line. So the Lions had to call a timeout. They initially looked like they were going to go for it, but then they call the timeout, come out with the punt team, and do punt it away. Buffaloes thought they were going for it the entire time until I think Watkins finally thought, oh, no, they might actually kick this. So 6 seconds went off the clock there on the punt. The Buffaloes start this drive at their own 46-yard line. Again, looks like they're well in control of this game. And it'll be Case and Washington Maisie leading out his troops. Looks like Caden Lesnow's day is done offensively. And outside of one interception, very good day for Mr. Lesnow. We'll talk about his stats in the postgame show. They can be heard on KNED, the app, the website, or traditional radio. Snap, handoff. It's Jordan Clark right side. Clark weaving through white jerseys all the way into Lion territory, and I think he carried a couple more Lions to the first down marker. I think he's got the 10 yards he needed. Yes, he does. That'll move the chains. Best run of the day there for Jordan Clark.
Oh, they're not going to move him. They're going to say that is as close.
That's as close as it gets.
Yeah.
Sorry, cut you off there.
No, you're good. I'm going to keep my 10 on my drive chart because that's 10 yards. It's just barely not even there.
Well, one official was signaling for the chains to keep moving, and then I believe it was the head official said, just a little bit short. Buffaloes break the huddle with 13 to snap it and 9:10 left in the game. Well in control of this game. Lions bring everybody. Washington Maisie decides to keep it and run it left for the first down to the 40-yard line, and he's wrapped up and taken down at the 40. The gain of 5 there for Kaysen, and that will move the chains officially now for the Buffaloes as he kicked off the left tackle, who's the left tackle now, it looks like. I know that Pfeiffer Mitchell usually comes in when Zach Rogers isn't playing there.
Looks like it's number 70, but we don't have a number 70 on our roster.
Or it could be 78, which would be Garrett Buxton.
That is 78.
Yeah, it gets Garrett Buxton over there at left tackle. Good block, though. Sealed the edge and let Washington Maisie get a good 5 yards. Clock is stopped with 8:42 left. And the play clock just restarted. And now they're trying to wave off and stop the clock. They restart the play clock again. We keep on flipping between 40 and 25.
And now the play clock hasn't started.
And now we're good to go. And now not anymore. We've got more whistles.
Something going on with the chains?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Good eye, Nate. They have not moved the chains, or at least they have it at the original 40-yard line where the first down play will begin, but they haven't moved where they need to get to, which would be the 30-yard line. They just now set those chains. And the clock, game clock and play clock both restart. So we're good to go now. Nate, that's why you get paid the big bucks, right?
Exactly.
Best sideline reporter in high school football right there.
Sometimes it's rumored that he's not even on the sideline. Like tonight, wink, wink.
Take that tinfoil off your head.
Running our camera. Here's the snap. Handoff. Jordan Clark left side. There's a gap to the 30-yard line and another first down carry for the Buffaloes. This time Jordan Clark. That is a gain of 10. And that will move the chains again for McAlester. Again, it doesn't matter who McAlester has put on the offensive line. They have been able to push their opponent backwards and get gaps for McAlester running backs and quarterbacks that have been as big as the Grand Canyon sometimes. H-back, tight end left. Actually, it looks like a 2 tight end set on the left side. Here's the snap. Once again, handoff Jordan Clark. Accelerates to the 20-yard line, and he breaks loose. One man to beat to the 5, and he squeaks in past the goal line. Touchdown, McAlester, but we do have a hanky on the field. At the 19, we have a hold. This one's going to be in the secondary, so it's more than likely going to be on one of the receivers for the Buffaloes. So the touchdown off the board. Buffaloes don't get their 50-burger just yet. Send it back to the kitchen. And they'll move it to the 29-yard line on the near hash. It was a spot foul. It was thrown around the 19, so they move it to the 29. So it's first down and 9. We've had a lot of first down and odd to go.
Remember the first down and 3 in Memorial a few weeks ago?
We had that, too. I think we had like a first down and 2 over against East Central last week. So Clark stays on the field. Man, poor guy's had 2 touchdowns called back in 2 straight weeks. He'll get the handoff right side, 25-yard line, tackled up high, but he'll carry that line again for another 10 and plus yards into the red zone. Gets it down to the 18 to the McAlester Clothing Consignment red zone. They have gotten their money tonight. Ball at the 18-yard line. McAlester tonight 100% in the red zone.
Man, I love what this offensive line's doing right now. These young guys, these gritty young men getting down there, and they're just opening this lane right now for the sophomore running back Jordan Clark to eat here in the fourth quarter.
Greg comes in for Clark. Washington Maisie goes with the hard count. Lions don't bite, 9 to snap it, and 6:55 left in the fourth quarter. 2 receivers each side, ball right between the hash marks, maybe favoring the right side. Snap, handoff over to Greg. Greg goes right, has to cut back left, and there are the Lions. And it's a loss of 2. Like we mentioned, the Lions have done a good job of putting McAlester into some tough situations. They put him into a 3rd and 12, a pivotal 3rd and 12. I wouldn't say the Lions played poorly tonight. Even with a 49-14 win by McAlester, the Buffaloes played their best game all season.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they just came out and they put it together for all 4 quarters. And when they brought the JV buffs in, you know, they continue to do it. This offensive line playing good. These receivers blocking really good downfield. These running backs finding the hole really well. Good eyes.
2nd and 12. Washington Maisie gets the ball, rolls left, looks down the middle of the field, caught to the 5-yard line, trying to go right to get towards the end zone. I think he's got the edge, and he scores. It's number 7, Bryson Baker, into the end zone. Touchdown, McAlester. Washington Maisie rolled left, found a little curl route up the middle by Baker, and Baker took the scenic route to the far side, inside the right pylon. Touchdown, McAlester. And break out the buns, the meat, the lettuce, the cheese, the bacon. The Buffaloes have put up a 50-burger once again on the Durant Lions. And that's all she wrote. 5:58 remaining in the game. Buffaloes, if you hadn't known it already, have sealed the deal tonight. The kick is up. It's not Trenton Greer, but it is still good, as that is made by Baylor Moore, and that makes it 56-14 Buffaloes lead. We'll be back here in just a moment on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Hey there, football fans. Are you ready for the ultimate game day experience? Kennedy Eye Care is your ticket to a crystal clear view of every heart-pounding moment. We're your local vision care MVPs, helping you score big with comprehensive exams, top eyewear brands like Oakley and Ray-Ban, and cutting-edge lens enhancements to help you not just watch the game, but experience it. Whether you're a player or a passionate fan, don't let poor vision sideline you. Give Kennedy Eye Care a call today at 918-429-1400.
McAllister's been playing so well tonight, they got me sweating up in the booth on a 60-degree night. Trenton Greer will kick this one away. We got an AC on in here, too. This one will be taken at the 10, the furthest kick today for Greer. Far side, Ryder Jones tries to get around the corner. Buffalo's special teams guarded it well. This one starting inside their own 25, and correct me if I'm wrong, one of the worst field positions so far for the Lions today. We have a drive summary, though, that was headed up by Jordan Clark, Kason Washington Maisie, and Bryson Baker.
That was a 7-play, 54-yard touchdown drive. It took 3 minutes and 56 seconds off the clock. Capped off with a 20-yard touchdown pass from Kason Washington Maisie to Bryson Baker. And that is your drive summary, brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love our McAlester Buffaloes.
Couldn't ask for more from this Buffalo team. 56-14. It's just been a rout. Snap, handoff. This is a good gap by the Lion offensive line, but the running back didn't really hit the hole hard. I think he had a little bit more room than what he had on the gain. That's a gain of only 2 on the carry by Bernard. And I'll bring up 2nd down and 8. He was protecting the ball. He had both hands on the ball on that carry. That was a pretty good gap on the right side. He just kind of slowed down his feet, didn't really move it, didn't punch the hole that hard, and it allowed the Buffalo defense to come in and make the tackle. 5:20 remaining in the game. Buffalo's again up 56-14 if you're just now joining us. You're going to want to hear the postgame show. I'm pretty sure Coach Mays is going to be pretty happy with his performance. Saxon, no, it's not Saxon anymore. It's Cole Robbins, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield. He just wrapped up and driven backwards. And again, the Buffaloes just all over the run tonight. I don't think Cardinals. I don't think the Lions have had 50 yards rushing tonight. That's going to be a loss of 1 officially to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, the Buffaloes, they've just been all over the running game. And not only that, like the passing game is slowed down there for Saxon. Saxon likes to throw the football here this year, and it's slowed down because they started taking them passing lanes away as well.
I actually think that actually might be number 8, Holden Robinson at quarterback. Snap, he's back to pass, looking left, going deep, one-on-one down the far sideline. It is caught. Great catch, far sideline by a Lion. Up with the catch, number 25. That's Austin Stakowski. Third time's a charm there, Brandon. But that's a great throw and catch to Stakowski down to the 42-yard line, far hash. I had to sound it out there. I'm sorry there, Austin. But phenomenal play. Tip of the cap to you. So, even better throw there from, I believe that's Holden Robinson. Again, the 8 and the 9 are pretty close, and his jersey's kind of curled up there. 2 receivers right. They're going to move the H-back and the tight end to the left side, and the defense will flip as well as they're now into McAlester territory at the 42. We have a handoff left side. Buffaloes again all over it. All over it. Loss on the carry and a loss of 3. The standard has remained the same, whether it be the starters or the backups that have come in. They have said, we don't want you to gain a single yard. On the carry was number 15, Britton Trotter. And that is number 8. So his jersey came down just a little bit, enough for me to be able to see that's Holden Robinson. The only reason why I thought it might have been Cole Robbins was he actually got the start at quarterback tonight for a few plays. Saxon took over for a majority of the rest of the game. And now it's Holden Robinson.
Yeah, the second unit that they brought in here defensively, like you said, Brandon, the standard is still being defended. They're trying to get a second-half shutout again, just like they did last week.
Handoff right side. Tripped up right around the line of scrimmage. Coming in on the tackle, Zane Owens, I believe. In the backfield, had 2 tackles last week against the Cardinals. No gain on the carry by number 33 of the Cardinals, which would be, I keep on saying Cardinals because we played them last week. Brody Payne on the carry by the Lions. 2:43 left to go in the game. 56-14, Buffaloes lead. And more than likely,
we got to get a Buffalo off the field. We got to hurry.
Yeah, they got 12 guys on the field racing over the near side. He's going to get off in time. Here's the snap on 3rd and long. Pass left side, through the hands, and almost an interception. They were looking for the guy who had the big catch, Austin Stakowski. I'm never going to say that right. But it was just a little bit high through the hands. It would have been a great catch again if he would have made it. But playing cornerback on that far side who had the last touchdown offensively for the Buffs, Bryson Baker. Again, you don't expect that ball to come at you when it goes into the line of vision by a wide receiver of the Lions. But if he makes that catch, he could have another touchdown, one on offense, one on defense. So they'll go for it here on 4th down and 13 from the Buffalo 45. What very well could be the final play of the game on offense for the red and blue. It's Holden Robinson, gets the ball, rolls right. Immediate pressure, has to throw it late, near side, out of bounds. Buffaloes once again force the turnover on downs for the 4th time in the second half. And that is why they call it the Black Death defense, ladies and gentlemen. Teams come and go, but that name has remained the same. Ball favoring the far hash. McAlester might be able to ride out the final 2 minutes and 16 seconds if they can have the same success that they did in the last drive that led to 7 on a pass to Bryson Baker. Can't really see who's to the right side of Washington Maisie, but we'll get a good idea here in a moment. Snap, handoff. It's number 23 around the left side to the 50-yard line to the 45. Good gain, and he's going to be whopped out of bounds after a first down carry of 15, but we do have a flag on the play.
Good run, Brendan Rivera.
Yep, Brendan Rivera, thank you.
That was a very hard physical run by the senior, but sadly it's going to come back. It's going to be a hold.
Yeah, at the 49-yard line, so that'll be a spot foul. It'll put them at the 39-yard line. So it's going to be first down and 16 coming up. Rivera's got some speed there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He very quick. You know, you see him on he's been playing a lot of punt and punt block. He's a little quick guy.
On coffee with the coach this morning, too.
Hey.
By the way, subtle plug, we encourage you to tune in to Coffee with the Coach, either live and in person. We're getting more people to come on out to Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street to watch it in person, or you can listen online, or obviously traditional as Rivera gets another chance, sheds off one tackle and has to go right up the middle, gets a couple of those yards back to bring up 2nd and 14. But yeah, you can listen online at McAlsterRadio.com on the KNED app. You can listen on the traditional radio, 98.3 FM, 1150 AM. You can listen on the KNED app. That's a lot of people's preferred way of listening, so you can listen anywhere in the world. Or you can watch it on YouTube at the McAlester Radio YouTube channel. Every Thursday morning of game week at 8:30. Snap, handoff, I believe that's Brandon Smith right up the middle, and he dances around another defender to the 40-yard line in Durant territory. Look at his speed. He never went down. He just ran out of real estate down around the 32 of Durant. 1:24 left to go here in the fourth quarter. That is one freshman that has totally been awesome in his time that he's been on the field. He has worked his way into varsity big-time minute plays, and he's made big-time plays. He was the first player for the Buffaloes to get an interception this year. And he is going to stay on the left side of Washington Maisie here. Maybe he'll get another chance on 1st down and 10 from the Durant 30. Durant bringing a bunch of pressure. It's going to be a pass to the near side. Caught by Jaden Chaney up the middle, and he'll meet, was it a pack of Lions?
Yep.
Out of the 27, that's the correct terminology?
I think so.
Well, he went into the Lions' den there on that catch and go, and he's tackled for a gain of 2. We have 55 seconds left in the game. Buffaloes will have to snap it at least one more time. And McAlster's student section starting to start the buses. Trips right. Snap, handoff, right side, up the gut. Chance at a touchdown. Caught from behind inside the 15 and down to the 12. Another good run by the Buffaloes.
Play number 44. My apologies to his parents, but we don't have a name here.
I'm glad that the PA said that, because I was going to say the same thing. I even asked Coach Maisie this morning on Coffee with the Coach. I said, hey, who was 44? And he goes, oh, I can't remember. But great run by him as he gets inside the 15. We'll try to get that name in the meantime before next week. But the Buffaloes with a fantastic win here tonight over the Durant Lions. They beat them 56-14. As, ladies and gentlemen, Buffalo fans far and wide grab that brush and paint that win column black and gold in a pivotal, had-to-have-it game. The black and gold come away with the dub, and now they are in the driver's seat to make it back to the 5A playoffs. And they have a showdown with Sapulpa, looking for some revenge next week at a chance at the 3 spot, which has done a lot of good for McAlester in the last couple of years that they made it to the state semifinals. We'll see what happens in 8 days, but for tonight, it's 56-14, McAlester the victor. And we'll have the Buffalo postgame show coming up here in just a moment, radio only. Again, 56-14, Buffaloes win here on KNE.